patiently waiting for. Today's Opie and Anthony Show starts now.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Never before has one radio show been so extreme.
Oh my God.
So vulgar.
Fuck you, I'm not a pussy.
I was accustomed to getting blown and having my ass eaten.
This is insane. I mean, this is insane.
So flatulent.
Why do we even try? Let's just fart into the mics and call it a day.
This is the funniest shit ever.
It's a weird show.
That's what's real. That is the sex.
Tune in with no expectations.
Quite simply, the greatest show in the history of broadcasting.
Here we are, the Opie and Anthony Show. Another 4 hours of love.
You guys having a good time or what?
Yeah, check, check it. I'm up early in the morning, yawning. Put Opie Anthony, yeah, Jimmy Tranny pawning. Opie like brother man, Ant wants to join the clan. Jimmy on the other hand, he working the other hand.
Turn my headphones up.
Yeah, all
horrible people to say in this old objectionable human beings, and I want you to know, unacceptable to my scene, but I'll give it a go. 50 Cent, Larry King, Opie and Anthony show.
Go, I know you're feeling the flow. While Opie's mother hucking, Jimmy's trying to get blown. And we come to play around and we still in the show. I know you never heard nothing like this before.
How important is the board? Bored you'll never be, and don't worry about getting shot when you're with Anthony. Oh yeah, on the edge of your chair. Cause you really want to hear Opie, Anthony, and Jimmy. Just keep it right here.
It's the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, check it. It's the Opie and Anthony show. Yeah.
It's the Opie and Anthony show. Yeah.
Yeah, 50. Yeah. Now Mike Tyson up in this bitch. It's the Opie and Anthony show. Booga booga.
Enough of this palaver. Let's get this show on the road.
Really interesting. Morning.
Good morning.
We're sans Anthony today. It's me and little Jimmy Norton.
Yes, Anthony had, he's doing that dental thing, and he went with, I think he had 9 teeth pulled yesterday.
Yeah, he had 9 teeth pulled, and he's very swollen. And I begged him months ago that he cannot come in here with false teeth. And I guess he's coming in here with false teeth in the near future.
Well, he's got
and
9.
I will not be able to do radio staring at Anthony with false teeth. I know they do a much better job of that stuff these days,
yes.
But I just can't do it.
I don't know what they're going to do to fill 9 teeth.
9
gap.
teeth. So he's hurting today.
Yeah.
And he called it because of the swelling.
I think he's embarrassed that they're just missing.
Of course he's embarrassed. Between the swelling and I don't know, a lot of his teeth missing. How many teeth you got in your mouth? 80?
I don't think it's quite 80.
No?
No, I think it's closer to
30 or 40?
40, 41 maybe?
Probably around
80.
I don't think it's. I'm pretty
30, 20.
I think it's about 80.
Less than 80.
Aren't we supposed to know this? How many teeth do we have? I think that's one of those numbers we're supposed to just know.
I'm going to say about 40.
40?
My guess was close to 40. Just Google it.
How about
Yeah, just count. I counted half of my bottom.
There's no way there's 40.
Well, yeah, you're
fucking with me.
No, because you hit 10. If you have your wisdom teeth in, you hit 10 like halfway.
My wisdom teeth came in perfectly.
Look at you, special boy.
Although I got a crooked one down below in the middle.
Yeah, I always bite the back of my tongue.
That haters love to point out. That's another thing.
They notice your crooked wisdom tooth?
Oh, God, they notice
I've never
every
noticed that.
fucking little thing.
I've been looking at your mouth for 13 years, but that's not a wisdom tooth.
I got a crooked one. It's like real poor. I might finally fix it now that,
Wait, you got a wisdom tooth in the front?
No, you can't have wisdom teeth.
You can't have wisdom teeth in the front.
Or
I'm just saying, like,
pushed it.
my teeth almost came in perfectly.
Oh, all of them.
I got just a little, like one behind the other in my bottom row in front that people like to point out. They love pointing out our flaws.
Is it an extra? Is it an extra tooth?
I don't think so. I think my mouth was just a little small in that area and couldn't handle all the teeth.
My mother had too many teeth in her mouth.
Really?
She went through a lot of dental surgeries.
Too many teeth? How does
Well,
that
her mouth
happen?
was small. I guess so. I'm guessing wisdom teeth. I remember a lot of times
Too many teeth for her mouth.
for her small mouth. Yeah.
But the proper amount of teeth.
Oh yeah. She was like a toothy idiot.
Okay.
I think that I remember coming home a lot of times with her when she'd go to dentist. She'd be miserable for a couple of days. She had a lot of dental surgery.
Did I ever tell you that I went out with a girl that had 6 toes?
No.
On both feet?
Ugh.
Both?
Yeah, I mean, they were removed. And her brother had the same thing. The fuck is that?
They're frogs.
Yeah. What does that mean when you have a 6th toe?
I don't know.
But there was like a weird gap where the toe used to be.
On the end?
I don't remember anymore, to be completely honest with you.
Well,
I think it was between like the pinky toe.
It wasn't between, right?
Yeah, it wasn't an easy. It would have been an easy fix if it was on the outside, because it wasn't like a good looking toe. Oh. It was kind of one of those a little extra.
Yeah, like a stump toe.
Yeah, so there was a little bit of a space there, I remember. Fuck, I forgot about that until this very moment. So anyway, Anthony's got the dental surgery. I heard 9 teeth. You heard 9 teeth.
Yep.
And that's only the first stage. I think, he's going to get another 9 or so taken out after the swelling goes down from this. And then he'll be, getting the false teeth. And
you better not come back here sounding like Mr. Spock. All the times
All
he's
the
made fun of denture mouth. Yeah.
Are they going to be too big? Are they going to be too white?
It's going to be really obvious.
I got a text, 32 teeth is how many we have.
32?
Yes, and Anthony's text was this. Hey, sorry for the short notice at 2 a.m. I didn't get it till this morning.
Right.
Sorry for the short notice, but I'm all swollen from 9 pulled teeth, and the throbbing isn't helping either. They're all upper, so it's hard to speak. I won't be in today. Again, sorry for the short notice. Was hoping it would get better.
What do you mean it was going to get better? That's not going to get better.
Yeah, I know, in a few hours.
Yeah, you got to just deal with that for a while. So it's all good. We got lots to do today, man.
Good luck, Ant. Feel better.
We don't know who ate our cereal?
No, that was never established.
Don't worry, people. We're not going to do an hour on it today. I just wanted an update. We still don't know.
Everybody at the show that will remain nameless that's on after us.
Yeah, who said that yesterday?
E-Rock.
E-Rock. Huh? Jeez, keeping us guessing. Always keeping us guessing.
Everybody on the Ron and Fez show said they have no idea, but it wasn't them.
Okay.
And I think they would tell the truth. I think when directly confronted, people would just have to admit it. I bet you it was one of those maintenance guys. I bet it might have been a new maintenance guy or a guy who's not on the crew all the time that didn't give a fuck, that just ate it. It's something like that happened.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the community.
You think so?
Has embraced that cereal, so we could do some racial profiling here, certainly.
Definitely. The fact that it was the Cinnamon Toast Crunch that was open, not Apple Jacks.
What are some of the cereals that the community have embraced? I know one is Cinnamon Toast Crunch, because don't they even, abbreviate it or something?
I don't know what the abbreviation is, but I do know anything that's super sugary.
Like Cocoa and Fruity Pebbles.
Cocoa Puffs.
Yo, Cocoa Puff!
How about
Fruit Loops?
Fruit Loops.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah.
I guess Omar from The Wire liked them, so I'm assuming all black people do.
Honey Nut Cheerios?
Yeah, remember he was looking for the Honey Nut Cheerios?
I do not remember
Was
that.
it Honey Nut? What was it, Honey Nut cereal he was looking for?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I do know Fruit Loops is big in the community.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, they like Fruit Loops.
For the down lows?
I don't know.
Fruity Pebbles.
For the down lows?
Sugar Smacks.
Hey, I like
Stop saying them gangster.
Fruit Loops.
You're not saying them gangster.
Sugar Smacks.
Cocoa Puff.
Cocoa Puff.
Goddamn Sugar Smacks.
I like when he rocks urban.
Cookie Crisp.
What's that?
Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why are you in a good mood, E-Rock? Everything good with you?
I don't know, but you can ruin it, I'm sure.
I'm not going to ruin it.
That's how beaten down E-Rock is. He smiles. Everybody's like, all right, what's wrong?
I know, it's creepy. It's really creepy. So I guess because people are following along, they need to know if I ate the the Lucky Charms yesterday.
Yeah.
There's still a fresh box of Lucky Charms in my house, unopened. Thank you.
But the Cinnamon Toast Crunch has been replaced, so we could make today's cereal day at a moment's notice.
Fuck yeah!
Don't get the listeners all hoping. When we're eating and we're feeling good about it, they couldn't be happier for us.
I could tell you what happened yesterday. It's always one little thing that ruins the entire day of eating.
Oh, good. It's terrible.
Although I'm doing way better, obviously, look at me.
You look good.
I look great. I'm finally losing the baby weight.
Just thinking that.
Thanks, Sam. My daughter's first birthday is coming up very soon, so I drop my son off at school and then get the call that we're going somewhere. I'm like, cool, that's fun. We get to go somewhere in Manhattan. We went to try out cakes for the fucking birthday party.
Huh?
Just keep me away from this shit.
Do you get to try them out?
Oh, dude. Jesus Christ.
What, they give you a little slice of each? A little teeny...
They don't give you anything. You buy them. So she decided, 1, 2, 3, that we needed to try 4 of them. 4 slices.
Is it going to be a big party? Is that why?
I don't know. No, everyone's kind of bailing because it's a second kid.
Oh, yeah.
The first birthday for my son, there was 100 people there. It was crazy. And for the second kid, we might squeeze 20 people, I think.
Right.
Squeeze 20 to 25. You know how they talk about how the second kid gets fucked?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm learning that quickly. No one gives a fuck like the first one. It's unbelievable. I'm glad I was the first kid out.
Yeah, me too.
But no one gives a fuck.
Unless you're the youngest. Like if you're the youngest in a big family,
Youngest
or
is
the
good
oldest.
too.
Yeah.
But second, man,
That was me.
Even I see that I'm not taking as many videos, not as many pictures.
Well, right, because you know what it's like. You got it the first time, and you can only assume.
But it's not
This
fair.
is what a baby looks like.
It's not fair for the second child.
I think the second one though gets more breaks.
Right.
I think the first one is parents are more protective over and
yeah.
obsessive. I know I was the first. I was not allowed to do shit that my sister was allowed to do after me. Like
Right.
watch rated R. I was so pissed when she got to watch rated R movies.
Oh, really?
Before. Yeah. But they were overprotective of the firstborn, so being second is an advantage too. I think.
Well, you ended up bringing prostitutes to your parents' house, so everything
it
works
all
out.
comes
at the
It all
end.
comes full circle.
My first kid, I got hundreds of videos of him almost walking because you just got to be prepared.
Sure.
I think my daughter officially started walking yesterday.
She's kickboxing
And I
and you
don't-
got a picture.
And I don't have a video of it. She kind of took a half step yesterday, and I'm not prepared to take the video. I figure like when she finally starts walking, I'll just make believe that I'll just film it perfectly and make believe this is when you walked for the first time.
She'll be skipping, like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what an advanced walker I was.
Exactly. I'm on a bike, Dad.
So I know Jimmy goes to this too. So my wife looked up like the best cakes in Manhattan, and there's a place on the east side. I don't even know the name of it. I'm sure we can find it. They make crepe cakes.
Really? Like, how does that work?
I don't know.
You didn't see it?
I just know it was unbelievably good. Crepe cakes.
How many little pieces did you try?
Well, I mean, I tried everything because you have to, and then I had,
have to.
And then the one was so good, I ate the whole slice. I, as we're leaving, I'm like, what was that? Was that like 2,000 calories? Fuck!
What kind did you decide on?
There was a banana cream pie crepe cake.
That sounds good.
I had the pie word in there just so you understand. Banana cream pie crepe cake.
See, it's all about
look at this fucking thing.
It's just like layers of flaky deliciousness with cream in between. There's probably
a lot of flakiness. Like
24 thin, flaky layers, and each one has a little layer of cream in between.
I don't think that was the place I went to because mine had a lot less of the flaky layers and a lot of banana in there. I know the banana's healthy, but
yeah, of course it is.
The fucking whipped cream and everything else that was in it.
It's like an E-Rock excuse. So it's banana cream pie. So it's banana.
I'm like, I'm eating it. I'm like, fuck. All I had to do was stay home, and I would have been good.
Well, you got.
Why is it one thing every day? Why?
Because there's so many temptations and there's so many opportunities. It's like you're giving into one.
Yeah.
It's not like there's only one presenting itself. It's like you're only giving into one. It's very difficult. Sometimes I count victories of things I've said no to.
Oh, yeah.
Like sometimes, like, you know what? I could have had this today and I didn't. I did fuck up here, but I didn't have. Sometimes you got to look at all the shit you didn't eat, too.
I do that. I go, that would have been 250 calories.
Yeah.
I said no to.
The key is you didn't have crepe cake and Lucky Charms yesterday.
Well, thank you, Sam.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
People say we sound like girls when we talk like this, but it's like, fucking, hey, how many morning radio guys are obese? A lot of them. A lot of morning radio guys are really, really fat.
Yeah, because they just eat everything in sight.
People send you food.
People are saying at this point, Lucky Charms better fucking come to the table and start advertising on this show.
Yeah.
Because now I'm getting people tweeting me pictures of their bowls of Lucky Charms that they can't help themselves with.
Sweet cereal is just so good.
Yeah, look at the Apple Jacks. We gotta have some Apple Jacks today.
I've been staring at those boxes ever since you brought them up because we've had them here for 3 days.
Sounds like
sealed.
it sounds in a strip club.
Staring at the box.
Yeah, clever if I didn't trip on it for 8 minutes.
So there's your update. Yesterday was fucking banana cream pie crepe cake. It was ridiculous. They were fucking assholes in there, though. Man, that Upper East Side, for the people that don't know, there's a place called the Upper East Side in Manhattan. They are just fucking assholes
Are they
over
shitty
there.
up there?
I think so. They are ridiculously rich. And what makes them shitty is that they're rich and they never earned anything. They're a few generations removed from the family members that made all that money. These fucking people have never worked a day in their lives.
What's the
and I think that makes them shitty.
What's the difference between there and the Upper West Side?
Upper West Side supposedly is like more newer money, people that work hard and are doing well for themselves. You could just tell there's a drastic difference. Yeah, you got a lot of those like Carrie Bradshaw types walking around on the Upper East Side. If you know Carrie Bradshaw was kind of thrown in a gutter quickly, like if they're trying to have her look
right.
with all that wacky shit with the big bows and the stupid hats and all that crap.
Right.
You see that on the Upper East Side a lot.
All bloggers that somehow have $2.5 million apartments.
Yeah. And old ladies that you just know have never worked, and they just shop all day, and they try out the fucking crepe cakes, and that's their day, really, you know?
I think there's also more crime. The Upper East Side scares me more. Like, whenever there's a serial rapist or attacker, it's always on the Upper East Side, because whoever's doing it can go right back to Brooklyn or Queens faster. Like, you have more access to different boroughs, whereas the Upper West Side, it's like you gotta fucking go uptown, downtown, or swim to Jersey. There's fucking more. The Upper East Side fucking scares me more.
They got some of that weird crime up there, so I don't know.
It feels empty up there. Like I've been up to the Upper East Side. I have no connection to it at all. Like
because they don't want you around. So I mean, the whole area shuts down. Even
it does, right?
Oh yeah, they closed their shit a lot earlier. It seems to me, anyway.
No train.
No, there's not many trains up there, and I don't know. So that's where this joint was, and they weren't that nice, but their fucking crepe cakes were amazing. It was on 78th and Madison, somewhere around there.
It's an expensive lifestyle, this Manhattan lifestyle you got going on.
Yeah, you want to know how much the cakes are?
Well, I can't even imagine.
For a 6-incher, which is a small version of the crepe cake, is like 40 bills.
I've never even heard of going cake testing for a one-year-old's birthday party.
Never. Not even for a wedding. Just that looks good.
Obviously, it was an excuse to check out something that's pretty damn delicious.
How much is a big cake?
I forgot which they said. I don't know. It was like 60 or something. I forget. You could maybe look it up online.
My mom would have made you a cake for 20.
She hasn't made us shit, Sam Roberts.
She'd do a lot.
That was years ago.
For 20.
She got insulted because that other kid was making better stuff than your mom.
Was buying,
and then
not making.
And then she tapped out. I've been keeping track.
She didn't tap out. She tapped out.
She got her ass kicked so bad that she tapped out of the whole competition.
She's smarter than you think. She knows what you're doing right now.
No, she doesn't.
You're just trying to squeeze more baked goods.
No,
out of her.
I don't want any baked goods anymore. Are you listening to what I'm saying here?
E-Rock is yelling in my ear about baked goods. He has in there. He keeps saying, "I have cupcakes in here. I have baked goods in here."
Why do you have baked goods in there?
We had some extras, so I brought them in.
Extras from what?
My wife made them for something else, and she had some extra cupcakes.
Wait, there's extras?
Yeah.
Are you feeling all right?
He doesn't like sweets, though. E-Rock's not a sweets guy.
No, I know. His thing isn't sweets, which is amazing.
E-Rock, bring him in and put him with the cereal.
So I try not to fucking have that shit in front of it. It's really...
That's what I'm saying. If I don't see it, I'm good. I don't search it out. But if it's around, I'm fucked. I'm absolutely fucked.
I bought some fat-free puddings this week, and I couldn't... not fat-free, sugar-free puddings, and I couldn't have been happier with myself.
Who made the cupcakes?
The missus.
She just makes cupcakes?
She makes a lot of baked goods.
Wow, they look pretty
They look really
These
good.
are rich dark chocolate with vanilla frosting.
Yeah, I can't have any of those.
She made the frosting.
Please remove them. They look amazing, but I'm not going to have any.
You want one?
Yeah, I have to be on TV soon. You know, got to keep this body looking fuckable.
Yeah.
Want to bring one to Jay?
No, yeah, that'll be great. If I just put it in my luggage, pull it out all fucking.
This is from the guys.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
I have 5 cupcakes in my luggage.
That'd be nice. So that was my my afternoon. The big crepe story. I think it really kicked ass this morning.
Yeah, you got to move out to the suburbs and save some cash.
No kidding.
No more of this big, fancy, rich living lifestyle.
No fucking kidding, man.
Cake testing and 20 G's for schools, and that's nonsense.
When is the birthday party? I want to come. I'm inviting myself to your.
You're more than
birthday
welcome.
Party.
I'm not sure. Maybe next weekend. I think.
Yeah, I think I'm here.
All right. Well,
I want to do more normal things. Seeing my parents inspired me to do more normal things with my friends.
No, it didn't.
It did. I want to do more normal
you were
shit.
panicking about seeing your parents.
I was amazing, though. I was really glad. I was
had a good
panicking.
time?
Yeah, I was like, what we do.
All they want to do is love you.
Yeah.
You know.
They were fun.
And
just hung out and yap.
they don't make it about themselves.
Yeah.
And you just don't want that.
I like when I would rather we talk about other stuff, and we did. Me and my dad talk politics, and like that's what I would want to do with my parents, just hang out and talk to them.
Right.
But when you don't see your parents all the time, they just want to talk about you and what you're doing, And
oh,
then,
really? How's that? That's weird.
Why? What does your mom like to talk about?
Are you kidding me?
She doesn't ask you how you're doing?
Fuck no.
I forgot.
What's she interested in?
Everything, but what I'm up to, I guess.
Oh.
I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah?
She doesn't give a fuck about my kids or anything.
Where's the conversation usually veer towards with her?
Her.
Oh.
And whatever is ailing her, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're over it at this point?
Fuck yeah.
Beyond.
I
just too many problems. I just the opposite. They just want to tell me nice things.
Yeah.
They're very lovely people.
Yeah, I got 2 adorable kids, and she, I don't know.
She's got her own stuff going on.
I guess. I don't know. Just she doesn't call for updates or anything, so whatever.
Well, it's like the second.
That must be a living hell for her, I would imagine, because that just sounds too fucked up to even understand.
Yeah. You imagine living in that world where you're that fucking, like, you just, I try to look at people with mental illness a little bit. It's hard. I get emails whenever we bash people with mental illness. I always get emails from people, and they're like, fucking, dude, you don't understand. It's, all right, maybe not. I don't know.
No, the only reason I bring it up is because a lot of people understand. What are they talking about when they write you and say you don't understand?
Well, people that have it, they're like, I don't do that stuff that you talk about. And it's like,
all right,
maybe you don't, but I'm,
Well, maybe try to have a little awareness. But we talk about it because everyone's dealing with this. That's what you learn.
Yeah.
Everyone has at least 1 or 2 around them that just takes up everyone else's fucking time.
Everyone's energy.
Holy shit.
They never know they're doing it. Or if they do know, they're purposefully unaware. It's and that's the part that drives you crazy. It's not the crazy people like the people that wind up doing something terrible and they're just blabbing into fucking, into a mirror. Like, they're like nuts.
Right.
But it's the people that are fucking, that know they're doing it on some level and don't give a fuck, or they purposefully avoid seeing it. That's irritating.
Oh, it's a drug for them. They get off. I really believe they get off on it. I really believe people are much, this sounds a little strange, but much happier not being happy.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
They don't, like, that feeling of actually being happy is so foreign to them, they can't go there. So they'd rather fucking destroy everything around them. They're comfortable in that environment. In
the recovery, one of the recovery books I read, they say that you get, like, being unhappy. They say it sounds weird, but you take a misshapen pleasure in being unhappy and in being. Yeah. It's like a comfortable.
Yeah, it's a comfort zone.
Yeah,
yeah. People just like being in a comfort zone, no matter what that is. And whether it's a shitty job and they're too scared to move on to a better job, but they're comfortable in their shitty job, so it's a safe place. And people do that all the time. They do it with their marriages and whatnot. Everything.
Yeah, they've decided this is life, and so they don't want to try to change anything for the better because that creates a challenge.
Not even creates a challenge. It's too scary.
Yeah.
To even imagine that you could better yourself. It's a scary place.
And sometimes the process seems overwhelming. Like, ugh, now it's like all this stuff you start thinking, I can't even get new furniture, much less get out of a marriage. I don't know how people do it.
I can only talk, my expertise is radio. And I saw growing up a lot of guys that were very talented and way ahead of what I was doing at the time. But they were too fucking scared to take that step and move on to, in my world, a bigger, a bigger opportunity, a bigger city. And then, you fast forward, and I was brave enough to fucking do it for whatever reason. Maybe because of my upbringing. I just wanted out and fucking, live my life. And then, you revisit some of these people that absolutely were ahead of me at the time. And now they're just fucking jealous assholes. Right. I'm like, I know you, and I know you had a chance, and you chose, for whatever reason, not to go for it, because I truly believe because they were scared. Yep. And they were comfortable in where they were at. So, whatever.
Yeah. So we had a lovely time. We sat on my
I told you
we sat on my sofa.
Yeah. Were you scared they were going to find something laying around your apartment?
It was so weird I was so glad because my dad at one point used my bathroom in my bedroom.
Oh, shit.
And he took a few minutes. And I'm like, I wonder if he has that instinct to go through I don't know if he did or not, to look at my medicine cabinets to make sure I'm not up to any funny business. But I would remember thinking, like, it's so nice to have zero to worry about. Like, no, I didn't care. There's nothing they could have found.
Right.
I mean, I gotta look on my computer at porn or go to my fucking history and see I've been jerking off on Xtube.
No stains on your furniture that you'd have to pass off as Pepsi stains?
No, the sofa's new. And we just kind of stayed there. But no, it was nice to not have to worry about anything they could find. Or I didn't care what they did. They could look in the medicine cabinets. There was nothing there that shouldn't have been there.
I love looking in medicine cabinets.
Do you do every time?
If you're going to fucking tell me where the bathroom is and it's upstairs in a faraway land, I'm taking a peek every time. Oh, yeah, you gotta.
What was the prank where they put... I think of this every time I open a medicine cabinet, where somebody put marbles in the medicine cabinet, so if anybody opened it, all the fucking marbles would come falling out.
Oh, that's great.
I forget where I heard of that happening, if I saw it on a prank show or whatever.
That's funny.
But I think of that so much, like, because there's just no way to stop marbles from tumbling out of the medicine.
That's great.
That is an amazing fucking prank.
Yeah. I put the word in to Ronnie B, by the way. I asked him if he wants to come in today and, do a little radio. I haven't heard back from him, which is fine either way. But I'd love to just do some time with Ronnie. So that might happen later. Who knows? Is this the marbles thing?
I think it is.
Guy looking, he's washing his hands.
Marbles Large on YouTube is the video we're looking at right now. This looks too set up.
It looks fake and there's too many... And he just walks out.
It's a funny idea, but this one looks staged.
How many marbles are there in the fucking thing?
And there was nothing else in the medicine cabinet.
That would never fall out.
Nah.
It would fall out in 2 seconds.
And the guy just casually walks away? No, I'm not buying it.
How many fucking marbles are there?
They rigged it. They set it up, obviously.
Of course they did. That stinks.
That's just stupid. It was much funnier when Jimmy was just talking about it.
Yeah, I picture this being put in, and I guess I didn't see this video, but I've heard of it, so maybe it was just something I'd heard someone did. I think that's a very funny idea.
Yeah.
If you put 30 marbles in or 20 marbles, and you open a medicine cabinet, they're just going to come tumbling out. You know how loud marbles would be in a bathroom?
Of course.
Everything's porcelain.
We should set up this bit.
Yeah.
We don't have a medicine
For anyone that's
or marbles
coming over to my house in the near future, I might be setting up this bit, so you watch out. Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to warn people before you do it.
That's true.
That seems... He was just hiding?
Huh?
Okay. Now, at the end of the video, he was like hiding, and then he came out and left the bathroom after all the marbles had come out.
Well, can't you stage that better? To be a fake video?
100%.
Of course.
That was terrible.
All right, we should do some shit, I guess. So the parents were cool, huh?
Yeah, man, it was fun. We just walked around. And I told you to watch that. It was actually, the special we watched was actually on Sirhan, and on Mind Control. It wasn't on the Unabomber. I watched it after they left.
Yeah.
And I just dozed off on the couch a little bit while we were talking. It was just relaxing.
You're just chilling out.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's your parents. It's like, what are you gonna talk about?
The big news: Mariano Rivera, his last fucking game at Yankee Stadium, and wow, what a moment! Travis was telling me about it this morning. I'm not a Yankees fan, and I'm pretty much not a baseball fan at this point. But I hear it was just an amazing moment last night. Where's Travis? He's coming down the hall.
Yeah.
All right. But basically, Mariano Rivera, he's on the mound, and they sent Andy Pettitte and Derek Jeter out to the mound to take him out.
Oh.
So I guess they basically just wanted all Yankee fans to fucking, start tearing up and crying. They went for the moment, huh?
Right.
That you're not a human if you're not affected by what happened at Yankee Stadium last night.
Yeah, it was great.
I just told Jimmy, so they sent Andy Pettitte and Derek Jeter out there.
Yeah, I couldn't hate the Yankees more, and this was just great. Yeah, like you have to if you don't appreciate this, then you're not like a baseball fan. You know? Like it's okay to hate the team
or a sports fan, I guess.
Or a sports fan, yeah. I mean, he's no question the greatest closer ever. So for this only happens like once in a
blue moon.
It'd be funny if he wouldn't get into the Hall of Fame. Imagine it took him 20 years to get in, and they put everybody instead of him in.
So what are the circumstances? Was it the ninth inning or?
Yeah, it was the ninth inning. He came in the eighth inning.
Were they winning or losing?
They were losing. They only had one hit. They were down 4-0, I think.
So there was no real reason to even bring him in. But obviously, last game you bring him in for a little bit.
Last game at Yankee Stadium. He'll probably pitch this weekend in Houston.
Okay.
He might play center field.
What?
He loves the outfield. He wanted to be an outfielder.
Right.
So on Sunday, he might play center field for an inning, and then
why can't he play for the whole game? Who cares?
I think.
What team are they playing? Are they out
Houston,
of it too?
Yeah, Houston's
so
the worst
both
team
teams are out of it. Who gives a fuck? Why does it have to be so proper all the time?
Well, he's not a professional center fielder.
Yeah, but put him in center field. Let him get his ass kicked.
I've heard people are saying that the plan might be to put him in center field for the 8th inning, and then keep him in the game for the 9th inning. To pitch the 9th inning.
It's going to get a little wacky.
And I think Joe Torre and Roger Clemens will be there.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Torre more than Clemens is attached to him. Clemens,
Clemens just lives in Houston, so
he said, "Yeah, what the fuck? I'll take.
I'm here.
I'll take a ride over to the stadium."
Well, he was a starting pitcher. I remember. My memories of Rivera are started in '90. The strike was '94. The Yankees, I think, were 6 games up, and then they went on strike. Then '95 is when they lost to the Mariners. They were up 2-0, and they lost. Then they lost the next 3 games in Seattle, which is why I want Edgar Martinez, Randy Johnson, and just dead Jay Buhner.
Right.
But Rivera, I think he came in with the bases loaded and nobody out, and got the side out. I remember he was awesome in that series, and then they still wound up losing.
Yeah, he said that series was the worst pain he's ever felt.
And I think that was
that Seattle series, even more than the fucking one he blew the
Susan
game.
Waldman after the game,
which we got her clip too.
Said that's the only time before last night that she's seen him cry.
I'm surprised that to me the hardest one as a fan was a brutal one. But the hardest one was fucking to Arizona in 2001 when the Yankees up 3 games to 2.
Best days of my life.
Oh, it was terrible.
You loved that one, huh?
I was sure it was over. Rivera was in. They were going to win the World Series.
And Pettitte fucking got blown out in Game 6, which he never did. I mean, he usually pitched very well after, but he's good after a loss. After a win, he was shit.
All right, well, this is how it went down. I haven't seen this yet.
This is synced up with the John Sterling, Susan Waldman audio.
Did he make it about himself?
No, it's very good, actually. I mean, we wouldn't play it to make fun of. It was good.
Okay.
There's not much fun to be made here.
No, not really. I mean, it's
just a moment. It's okay to have a moment on the show, right?
I don't like a moment.
We should go for all our moments today because Ant's out. He gets very uncomfortable with real moments. So, can we dig up all sorts of moments today?
This is a condensed version. It's not the full 5. This went on for like 5 minutes.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Here we go. From last night.
Here comes Andy Pettitte out.
Oh my
he
God.
would be the greatest pitching coach in the game.
And Jeter. Andy and Jeter. Oh, yeah, they're coming out. They're going to take him out. And Andy Pettitte takes the ball from Mariano. He's hugging Andy.
What marvelous drama.
Oh, my goodness.
Gee, what marvelous.
That's more than a hug.
Drama.
He's
Mariano
losing it.
Really is.
Holy fuck.
He's really overcome.
Pettitte tried to let go like 3 times.
Right.
He's
really lost it. Yes, he is.
He's in tears. Now here's Mo walking to the dugout.
He is really sobbing. Tips his cap, hugging his manager, his first catcher in '96. Tony Pena hugging him. They give him the ball. Now he hugs Larry Rothschild. Waving to the fans. Kiss to his family. We want Mo. Alex Rodriguez is pushing him up the stairs.
And one thing, the Tampa Bay players are applauding as fiercely as anyone.
Of course. They're not animals.
Mariano standing right near the first base coaching box. Not a dry eye in the house. And everyone standing and applauding. Everyone. Wow, something. It really is something.
Now that smile is back. Wow.
43 years old.
Wow. I got a tear in my eye. Jimmy got a couple little tears or something's going on over there.
My eye
I got
itch.
a fucking tear in my eye.
My eye's itchy. It itches. The eggs.
Wow.
That was good.
That was great. That's a moment right there.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. I mean, you have to be a certain caliber
Of course.
of player. You know,
And
that
a nice-
happened when Ripken retired. Like every stadium that he went to, they had a ceremony. Same thing.
Is he the last player this much love went out to?
Who, Ripken?
Baseball.
Yeah.
It's been Ripken and now Rivera is the next
I
one.
would say Ripken,
Anyone in
Rivera?
between?
No, I mean
Ripken's been gone how many years now?
Who is retired in such good standing? I think Jeter will get this when he retires.
absolutely.
You think? Yeah, of course.
Jabbar got it when he retired. I remember every game they played, he got something, and it was just.
Yeah, you have to be. You have to be elevated above.
I think
the
Dennis
sport.
Rodman got this too.
D-Rod?
Yeah, D-Rod.
The
got
worm?
a lot of this. Yep. Every arena.
Shane Spencer.
Yep.
The backup
Shane, of
outfielder.
course. Yes.
Mike Stanley got it. Imagine if every player got this. How boring it would be.
How boring that would be.
I hated that fucker.
And then Susan Waldman, the post game, discussed this further with John Sterling, and she's sobbing.
Oh gosh.
I mean, but she's keeping it together. But wait, you told me that Sterling lost it?
Well, I mean, he didn't audibly lose it, but he said that he was crying.
But then he didn't do the play-by-play after Rivera was taken out because he
No,
was still
Susan-
very emotional.
Susan
So
was
Susan
doing
Waldman
everything,
did the
yeah.
play-by-play.
Susan's very good at saying like 2 words about what's going on and then another 2 words.
Right. Okay. But here's the post game wrap up.
To know what this all meant. It's an amazing day, and we're never going to see this again.
What an experience! What an experience! Dave Wills came in from Tampa Radio to say basically the same thing. And Michael came over from TV to say basically the same thing. I'm shaken up. We'll never have an experience like that at a sporting event, I don't think. And, as it turned out, it was a great setting for Mariano's last appearance. We thought that Sunday was great. Well, this was really something. And, I'll remember that always, this fabulous stadium, everybody standing, including Tampa.
Yep. And you know what? The interesting thing, when Mariano went and got the dirt and was out there and people were there, it meant a lot to him. And we saw him collapse in Andy's arms and cry. I haven't seen him cry since 1995 when the team lost to Seattle and we were walking across the outfield going to the bus at the Kingdome. That's the last time I've ever seen him cry, was that day when he said, this hurt so much. I don't want to ever feel this again. And that was an excruciating loss. And you know what, John? He pretty much never did feel that again.
Well, that was something tonight. That was a very rare moment, and I'm glad that all the Yankee fans had a chance to give love to Mariano one more time.
Yep.
That was great. Thank you, Susan.
Okay, John.
Now, Marco Belletti has the scoreboard and the sounds of the game. That's next
But
on
they
the
will be
Reynolds
having that
Wrap-Up
again,
Show.
though.
Oh, with
On the New
Jeter.
York Yankees Radio Network.
Within a year, right?
Or 2 years, yeah.
Maybe a couple of years tops.
I don't know, maybe next year.
With Jeter,
Right.
they will, though. I mean, with Jeter's,
He's broken down very quickly.
He's ready to go, huh?
Yeah.
So maybe next year or the year after, tops.
Yeah. He's one of the best players they ever had, Jeter.
Of course. Of course.
Did you see Jim Leland crying the other day?
No, I heard about
when
that.
the Tigers won the division.
No, is that good? Is that worth playing?
Yeah, sure, it's worth
Is he like the Dick Vermeil of baseball?
I'm a
While
huge
he's breaking down.
Jim, he's cried a couple times.
I'm a huge fan of the athlete crying.
I love Jim Leland. He's been around forever.
A long fucking time. He's an old man now.
Yeah.
He's been.
He's like I want to say like 73 or something.
Wow.
Yeah, that one right
Well, these guys get the cry from throwing a ball around. That's nice.
yeah, you
Try going to the job site and dropping something on your foot. That's the last time I cried. Yeah, that's good. Why don't you wipe your eyes? Take your $1 million.
Is this in the dugout? I'm in the locker room.
And I think that's what they've done. And I want to say thank you to our fans. I'm so proud of you.
Shut up.
What you've done for our ball club and what you've done for me since I've been here.
See the snot coming out of his
I
nose.
just hope that you feel like you're getting your money's worth. Not because we try to enter.
It's hard to hear. Do we have a better copy?
There is a better
That's
copy,
really,
yeah.
really
You imagine
low in
sucking the
mix.
boogers out of his mustache?
Oh.
How salty they'd be.
I think it would stick to the top of your mouth.
His old man mustache hairs. His crying breath.
They won the division. It's not even like they won the World Series. No.
And aren't all fans great, by the way?
Yeah.
Why are those fans a little more
I don't know,
special?
'cause they're in Detroit.
Just because they had a better record this year?
They cheer for him.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But they start losing. I don't think those fans are going to be as special anymore. No one could tolerate that shit.
Titles and
Oh God, why the bad copies?
I saw like a no. That's 2 years ago.
Yeah, all right. Do we have another clip of I don't know, a baseball player crying or?
Some 18 years ago, I left Dayton, Ohio, with 2 very bad knees and a dream to become a Major League Baseball player.
And
didn't pan out.
I thank God the dream came true.
Oh,
thank God!
Oh,
happy birthday, Mike Schmidt.
Yes,
64 today. So there you have it. We're not going to get the Leland clip.
There's no good copies right now. I don't know where they
Sam's
went.
Just given up.
You've given up.
Yeah. Get rid of crying. Try searching then.
Well, we can play the bad copy because I want to hear this now. All right.
That makes 3 in a row now, Central Division titles.
That's a little better. Fuck it.
Sum up your emotions if you can. This is a special ball club that had to grind through another tough season, but as you look back on what you've accomplished now, something that hadn't been accomplished since the early 1900s, 3 in a row. What does it feel like?
Well, I think we talk in spring training. This was a tough year for the guys because the expectations were so high, and it was almost like we were set up to fail. And from day one of spring training, I told them, don't get caught up in the expectations. Get caught up in how we're going to live up to those expectations. And I think that's what they've done. And I want to say thank you to our fans. I'm so proud of you. What you've done for us, and what you've done for me since I've been here. And I
There's snot's coming out of his nose.
Dripping out of his nose.
Because we try to entertain him. He keep coming out. I can't tell you what it means to us. It's like a 6-man.
He's getting a big hug.
Oh, he's putting his boogers all over that guy's neck.
Ew.
That player picked him up?
Yeah, said enough of this dumb interview. We want him to be with us. Brought him back with the rest of the players.
You know how annoyed I am at this whole goggles during the celebration
It's so
thing?
dumb, right?
That started the last couple of years.
What, goggles so their eyes?
Yeah, so their eyes don't
So they don't
burn.
get champagne in their eyes.
And now they're fucking putting champagne all over Leland, and he's doing some wacky dance. There you go. Good for him.
Yeah, blubbering.
Who do you want to win the World Series there, Travis?
I'll say Pittsburgh.
You're the baseball guy. Wow, Pittsburgh, that would be
I would love Pittsburgh.
ridiculously huge if that happened.
These champagne celebrations really do seem less fun and spontaneous when there's plastic covers being held up so the cameras don't get damaged.
Oh,
and
the old days,
goggles being
everyone's
put
shit
on.
got ruined and no one cared.
That's the whole point.
Right, but now there's a safe area. Okay, we're going to be doing the champagne in the safe area.
Everyone wears gigantic ski goggles.
I never noticed that. Wow.
But it's only started the last couple of
You're
years.
supposed to be so happy that you don't mind acting carelessly for this second because you're so full of whimsy that you just have to.
Let me get my goggles and my
poncho
on.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah, everybody's got their goggles and poncho and they shake it up. But then again, if you got to play a ball game, who wants to get stuff in their eyes?
And they're holding up plastic sheets, though.
Sure.
Sure, right?
Guys, not my phone.
But I come from a time that it was acceptable to destroy the stadium after your team won.
So do I.
That's what you do.
You do too?
I mean,
because that seems like so long ago now. I think the last one was Wade Boggs on the back of that horse. I think after that, that was the jumping of the shark with that whole thing. I think they finally said, "Look, we can't do this anymore."
Well, he said it. The phones now. People have too much electronic shit in the air. Their phones, their iPads, all this stuff that Thurman Munson didn't have.
Who cares? You're millionaires. Go buy another one.
Right, and
I'm just saying.
And just put your shit in something, knowing that this is the night that maybe champagne's going to be all over the fucking place.
Well, now they have contact lenses. They don't want champagne in their eyes. Well, who knows?
You're supposed to. But you're supposed to be in the moment.
That's true.
There was
a little past thinking about your contact
It has nothing
lens.
to do with contact lenses.
But
it has to do with the fact that they're getting paid millions of dollars,
Right.
and these owners don't want them possibly getting injured.
There was nothing more exciting when your team's about to win it at home and it's late in the game and people are starting to push forward, and then that final out, and it was just everyone releases at the same time.
Yeah.
And takes over the field. That was such amazing.
And at the same time, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
There's nothing more uncomfortable than watching a team that is about to clinch, lose the lead, and then they'll show in the clubhouse taking down the plastic really fast and trying to get everything out.
Right.
Oh, they do that?
Oh, yeah. That's happened plenty of times.
Getting rid of the T-shirts.
Yeah.
It's another reason you can't hold the plastic up and everything.
Yeah.
You can't prepare for that stuff.
Putting the T-shirts back in boxes.
Oh shit, they're gonna lose.
Right. They're brand new hats.
Yeah, that's happened plenty of times.
Yes, it has. Yeah, I just miss taking over the field. Not that I personally ever did it, but it was always fucking cool to watch on TV.
When the basketball team won the national championship at Syracuse when I was there.
Holy shit, those are
That
pretty...
still happens.
Yeah. It was in a
That's
way...
one of the last places it really happens.
Basketball,
and college football a little bit, right?
What do they do?
It wasn't at home, obviously, because they do the championship elsewhere. But everybody just left the stadium and literally lit the street on fire. Like, people started taking their shirts off, lighting them on fire, swinging them around, doing whatever they could to tear trees down from the street.
Well, you gotta.
Yeah, I mean, it was
trees
full on.
Will grow back.
The riot police came.
Right, but now you see like the police slowly taking over the perimeter, and then everyone has to just be politely yay in their seat. I hate that.
Because people were getting taken away in like those plastic ties and getting thrown on the riot school bus police things.
All right. It was all good, clean fun.
It was
is what
fun.
you're saying. Right. Let's say hi to Mike Francesa. He knows a bit about baseball and sports in general. Mike?
Hey, Mike.
With the New York Yankees officially out of the race, okay, for the second time in a long time, okay, and the average Yankee fan who's in their 20s, okay, is spoiled, okay, and they don't know how to deal with adversity, okay. But on the night, a magical night, the number 42 takes his final adieu in front of the Bronx crowd, okay.
Yes.
It is an emotional thing, and it's something that we're never going to see again, okay.
But Mike, you're not an emotional guy. So what were you thinking when that all went down last night?
Well, I've been told that I have ice in my veins, okay? Italian ice in my veins, okay? Very flavored Italian. Delicious, okay? You ever have a hot day, you're in the backyard, and you have Italian ice, okay? It's great, okay? But sitting on my couch, finishing off my fourth bag of Fritos yesterday, I had a tear in my eye, okay? And it trickled down my rosy red cheek.
And you didn't know what that was at first, I bet. A tear. You must
That's what I was having a stroke. Okay? But
I ate 4 bags of Fritos.
I caught that too.
We're going to see a very different Yankee team, okay, coming up in these next few years. And it's something that the Yankee fan has to know, okay? The question is, if you listened to my show yesterday, ad nauseum, I repeated the number 189.
Wait, back up. We didn't hear you because Jimmy really...
Ad nauseum got me.
The ad nauseum got Jimmy. What did you say? If you listened to my show ad nauseum yesterday, what?
You repeated.
You would have heard me repeat the number 189, okay? 189, okay? And that is going to be the Yankee budget, okay? Are they going to be under 189 million? Over 189 million, okay? If it's under 189, then you're going to finish in third place, okay? Because you're not going to get Gray starting pitching. Now, if you're going to go over 189, okay, because they say 189 and 189 over and over again.
You keep saying 9.
Well, that's how you say 9.
Is that it?
Yes.
Oh.
Now, we may see the end, we have seen the end of Andy Pettitte. We have seen the end of Jorge Posada, okay? 3/4 of the Fab Four, okay, are gone. Number 2 is next, okay? And that's something we have to prepare for, folks, okay? Never mind the problems overseas and the world crisis and the budget. Is that when number 2 leaves, it is going to be catastrophic to the Yankee fan, okay? And that's something you got to prepare for, okay? Nothing lasts forever.
189, right?
189. Are you going to stay over, or are you going to go under 189? If you pull the tape from yesterday, 189. Every caller that called, Mike, who do you think they're going to get next year? Are you going to be under or over 189? Now, before I go, okay, sure. I just want to say to Mr. Mariano Rivera, okay, it's happening again here now. I just want you to know that it was a pleasure to watch you, and I think that you're one of the greatest of all time, okay? I think that you're one of the greatest of all time, okay? I'm okay. We got to know whether they're going to stay over at the 189.
All right, Mikey.
I'll see you guys later.
Thanks, Mike Francesa.
You're getting a little emotional this morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a big deal.
Okay.
Can't believe how many Fritos he ate while he was watching the game.
He made himself sound like a real pig.
Real piggy boy. All right,
If you listened to yesterday's show, I repeated it ad nauseam.
All right, we got lots to do today. We're gonna take our first break. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna talk Cory Booker. We're gonna talk costumes. We're gonna talk about Halloween costumes.
Oh.
We're gonna talk about Kanye West and Jimmy Kimmel going at it a little bit yesterday on the Twitter, right?
A little bit.
What?
Kanye, I wouldn't call it a little bit.
Kanye's a dick.
He really is.
He kept us cool.
I mean, I know you like some of his music, Sam Roberts, but Kanye West is a fucking dick.
I've started to respect him more
To
for
the
being
point-
a dick lately.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's surprised when people take shots at him after he says stupid things in the press.
Yeah, maybe he won't stop.
He has no self-awareness whatsoever.
He really doesn't, man. It's not. It's
of course,
not
people are going to take shots at what he said recently. Of course they are. Sorry, Jimmy.
That's okay. It's because he thinks it's probably that people are jealous of him. It's like he doesn't come off like, wow, he's arrogant in a cool way. He just comes off like a baby twat,
right?
Like a twat, like not like, wow, this guy is pretty confident, but like, oh, you little cunt.
He doesn't seem to have a sense of humor.
No, he's a little stoic-faced baby, and he's just boring to me. Although he's a great artist, but he's not great. Because I told you my manager was at that fucking 12-12. He said they were fucking furious in the back that this cocksucker went over. And it's like, well, you think you're McCartney, motherfucker? The crowd didn't even like him.
Well, he kind of thinks that.
But they didn't even like him at that show. He fucking did terribly.
He thinks he's greater than Paul McCartney.
He'll still be booked at the next charity thing.
Of course he will.
I mean,
here's why: because he's a black guy with a big name, and a lot of the white promoters are like, well, Kanye's pretty famous. They don't realize your audience doesn't like him.
He sells tickets.
Yeah,
obviously.
Not in that crowd. They didn't like him in that crowd.
But he's a dick.
Yeah.
We got what he said in the BBC interview, right?
Yes.
That got Jimmy Kimmel doing his thing. That got Kanye doing his thing because of what Jimmy Kimmel did.
They got Jimmy Kimmel responding to Kanye doing what he was doing because of Jimmy Kimmel's thing because of the Kanye interview.
Right. And then you squeeze in some Sarah Silverman and you got a terrific fucking thing happening. Right?
Yeah, Kanye took a little shot there.
And then I think Jimmy Kimmel took a little shot too.
Yeah.
He finally decided enough with the Sarah Silverman shit. Oh, yeah. Do you know any of this, Jimmy?
No, it's funny. I saw Sarah 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And she was talking about a video she just shot, and I guess it was for that. I was kind of half in on the conversation.
Did she do something on this?
I don't know.
Is this not it? Oh, this is something
think
else.
so.
Oh, okay. This is different.
Yeah,
Okay.
she did a music video with a friend.
We'll walk you through it.
Oh, okay.
We'll walk you through it next, Jimmy. It's terrific stuff. It really is.
I'm glad I didn't lie and say she told me all about this.
I think there's other shit, too, that we're going to figure out.
Yeah.
Oh, for the Metallica fans, yes, it's a big day. Cliff Burton, left us 27 years ago. Wow. In that bus crash.
Yeah.
27 years ago. So what, 86, I guess.
Yeah.
So we were trying to figure out what albums wasn't he part of?
I'm going to guess he was
Obviously
on,
Black.
He was on Kill 'Em All, and I'm going to guess, was he on Ride the Lightning? I think Ride the Lightning was second. Was he on
I don't
Ride
think
the
he was on Reload.
He wasn't on Reload. We're
You're
pretty
kidding,
certain
right?
of that.
Oh, you are kidding. Okay, yeah. I'm not even sure if he was alive for Master of Puppets. I don't think so. I'm going to guess he was only on Kill 'Em All and possibly Ride the Lightning.
Yeah, why don't we know this?
Saint Anger.
He wasn't on Saint Anger?
No.
Mm-hmm. You sure?
Yeah, I think so.
They tributed him at the Apollo show. I mean,
Yeah,
I
they
like
did.
when bands stay loyal to a band member that died.
Oh,
I
fuck,
respect them.
they've never got over it. I mean, how do you, obviously, but yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do some shit here.
We'll figure out what records he was on.
I don't know why Sam can't do it.
Sam, it's so simple.
Come on, Metallica fans.
What album?
Real
Google
fast.
what albums was
Kill 'Em
Cliff
All,
Burton
Ride
on?
the Lightning.
Yeah, he was on. He might have been on Master of Puppets. I'm assuming.
When
he
did
was.
Master of Puppets come out?
February of '86, so it would have been recorded.
Yeah,
before
so
that.
they.
Oh, he was on.
That's
okay.
probably what they were touring with when
That
the
was
bus
the last
thing
one.
happened.
Yeah.
Those weren't
Right?
big albums, though.
So he definitely wasn't on Injustice for All.
No, that was '88.
Obviously, and then of course you got the Black album after
90.
that, right?
Black Album, Load.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Travis was right. Reload, he was not on.
You.
Saint Anger, he definitely wasn't on.
So it was on. He was.
Death Magnetic.
No.
No?
So he was on Master Puppets too. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, he
Jesus.
was.
Yeah, so I mean, he was on 3 fucking great albums.
He was on 3 fucking really good albums.
Right.
Wow.
You know, and then of course Metallica fans don't acknowledge the band after the Black Album anyway.
No,
so.
but, well, yeah, they don't like the Black Album.
Yeah.
They're the worst. Yeah, they changed it. Shut up. Fucking asshole. Why? Because they showed growth and you haven't? That's all it is. I'm the same guy I was. My fucking hair's the same. Oh, shut your fucking mouth.
Do you remember the outrage when they cut their hair?
And it's like, it looked so much better. When you look at the old long hair pictures, they look much better now.
It took balls.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because
It really-
they
I mean,
got a gigantic amount of.
But they were embracing the fact that they were men of a certain age at that
No,
point.
they were relatively young still. I mean, I remember I was in music radio back then. That was a fucking huge deal.
Yeah.
Because if you were in metal or quote hair band, you did not have short hair for the most part. So people were like, what the fuck is this? Remember? Does anyone remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's hard to remember now because now it doesn't really matter what length your hair is if you're in a band.
That was what, right before Load? 95?
No, that's usually Close Your Eyes.
I would, wow.
Yeah, that was around Load because it was
Okay,
like their
so those
comeback.
guys are about
Yeah.
those guys are about 50, so that's 18 years ago. So they were only 32, 33 years old. They're still young at that point. They could still pull off the long hair.
I think what we should be addressing is the fact that Sam used the phrase "men of a certain age," and none of us stood up and just put a pen in his neck for it.
And drain him. Can we drain you today?
Yeah,
No.
and not the fun way.
Yeah, I don't know if you're flirting or.
No, I'm not. We're gonna slit your fucking throat. And we're gonna hang you upside down and drain you.
We should play that song.
Yeah.
Drain You.
Yeah. You reckon you got anything good going into break here?
Oh, he's going to play Drain You.
No. That's
He's got icing on his fingers. You'll have to give him a second.
what do you got, E-Rock?
I got Drain You.
Hitting buttons with his elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Master Puppets. Okay, go on.
All right. We'll be back with the whole Kanye West debacle. Stay there.
One baby, two, another says I'm lucky to meet you. I don't care what you think, this is about me. It is now my duty to completely drain you. I travel through to end up in your affection. Shooting you, that's it, like
Opie and Anthony Show. Sirius XM.
The Opie and Anthony Show continues.
Wow, 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 wow. All right, we got to fucking get the Cliff Burton info right. I
We did get it
apologize. Yeah, in the end we did. I apologize because, I mean, there's hardcore fans out there and we just look like idiots. Yeah, Cliff, of course, we said it was on Master of Puppets. And we should know that because Orion, a song I'm not going to fucking
Orion.
Orion, I even said it wrong. Orion was his masterpiece, which they played at the Apollo this past weekend. I don't really know that song.
I don't feel bad, though. I mean, like, we're you know, we just weren't 100% sure if he was on that record. That's all.
Yeah, we just we know a little bit about a lot of things is what it comes down to, and then we get caught.
Well, sometimes it gets confusing because, like, Randy Rhoads was on Diary of a Madman and Blizzard of Oz, but that's because they were recorded at the same time. Like, there's these weird things that bands do sometimes, so you're not exactly sure whether they're on half the album, the whole album. You just, you know.
Orion, is that a good song? Yeah. I remember when they played it at the Apollo. It was cool to listen to.
Yeah.
And is it an instrumental? I don't even know.
Yeah,
it is, right?
It's an instrumental.
Okay. How long is this?
8 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go eat.
Upbeat. And their movie's getting great reviews.
Is it?
Yeah, 4 out of 5 stars.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't really understand the movie still.
I don't know what it is either.
Does anyone understand that?
Yeah.
3D?
It's
like a concept film, right?
Yeah, there's
a story behind it.
They filmed it at a concert.
Right.
The concert part is filmed at a concert, but the camera people are on stage with them.
Right.
So it really feels like it's not like shot from the audience or anything like that.
Sure.
And then there's a narrative that goes along with the songs that they're playing at the show.
Okay.
And I guess it's like this whole like story of a roadie who goes off and then he has to fight a whole bunch of people and everything. But apparently it's pulled off very well.
Good.
Very nice.
It sounds weird, but it's got 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, and that's rare, so.
I gotta go see Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the sequel.
What?
The first one was good, actually. I liked it a lot.
I don't know.
It was good.
You like that one, E?
Yeah, Bill Hader's great in it.
And you don't even have a kid.
Nope.
No.
But
I wouldn't even know about this movie if I didn't have kids.
You own it?
Of course I do.
Do you watch it like at home?
I haven't in a long time, but I do own it.
I want to interview Bill Hader. He is a funny fucking dude, man.
He's very funny.
All I want to do is sit here with Bill Hader while he does Alan Alda. That's all I want to do. You ever see him do Alan Alda? That
No.
cocksucker does Alan Alda.
We did that.
Did he?
We did it here. The
Oh,
Saturday
we
Night
did?
Live segment.
Oh my God, is he
Wait,
doing
I want to see it now again.
It's very good.
And we're talking over Orion, which is like that's
all right.
that's sacrilege for the Metallica fans. We're just fucking it all
Well,
up.
the fact that we're leaving it on, we're not a music show. We're leaving it on. We're just chatting so they can have a little background music. I think
The
it's
music
very
never
acceptable.
stops.
What's that?
The music never stops.
That's exactly it. We're the show that really rocks. Some would say sucks, but I say rock.
Cliff Burton, Metallica, yes, 27 years ago today in the bus crash when they were promoting Master of Puppets, of course.
Oh.
Yes. All right, I want to see the Alan Alda real fast. Then we're going to get into the Kanye West thing, and then let's go home. What? Jimmy's got a flight.
Yes, right to the airport.
Jim, if you didn't know, Bill Hader was doing Saturday Night Live and South Park at the same time. Like when Saturday Night Live was off, he would go and write for South Park.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's an overachiever. What did you like about Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs, E-Rock?
How the monkey kept saying his name over and over.
Yeah, what is that movie? Is that a kid's movie?
It's a kid's movie.
Yeah, it's an animated
guy,
movie.
and, you know,
Why do you like it?
He's in this town,
Why
and the
not?
town's
Why do you have to hate
dying
it?
because they really believed in the sardines, and his father was all in with the sardines, and then this kid's like, fuck the sardines, I'm going to fucking do something special for this town. So he invents this thing that makes a weather machine that makes it rain a lot of fucking food. But then, you know, he should have probably listened to his father in the end because he took it too far. He didn't want to listen to his fatherly advice. So then all fucking hell breaks loose with his invention.
Try the screen test.
So then in the end, he looks like a complete fucking asshole to his father. But then they make good at the end because that's what they have to do at Hollywood.
It's Back to the Future.
Right, E-Rock?
Yes, that is true.
Isn't there a Bill Hader doing fucking Alan Alda on this?
It might be on Hulu. A lot of the Saturday Night Live stuff.
I just looked it up on Hulu and nothing.
Nothing? What's going on with that?
Well, I don't remember exactly what the skit was.
Oh.
There might not be a skit.
It was it was a skit. They were doing film tests, characters for the wrong movies.
Yeah, Back to the Future might have been that one.
Maybe.
You just saw it.
Yeah.
Put it back.
And now people are saying that Cliff wrote "To Live Is to Die" for Justice, and it's a tribute to him. So he does have a song off Justice. You got this? No? All right, let's get into the Kanye West thing. It's fine.
I've seen Eddie Murphy. There's no Alan Alda on this clip.
Is that Sam Kinison?
Great Scott.
No, it's like expressions, like great Scott.
Right, okay. 1.21 gigawatts. You're doing a great job.
That's Pacino.
Yeah.
But he does. I saw this on a screen test like this.
Yeah, I'm sure, but
How about the bottom one?
That's a bad copy. Fuck it. We'll find it. No worries.
Yeah, right.
Somebody will send us a great link of him doing some Alan Alda, and we'll be good. So Kanye did an interview for the BBC press.
Yes.
The what? Radio, TV, print. Where was it?
It was BBC Radio 1.
Okay.
Which is the big radio over there, but then it was also, for the internet. And
Wait, they mean they also film it and put it on?
Hmm?
Wow.
We're starting to film shit.
No, I know, but that's really smart.
We got a couple of really good clips up on the SiriusXM site. We got a nice clip of James Caan, and who else recently? People are noticing that it's a little different. That we're finally
Stephen Merchant, Warren Haynes.
Warren Haynes
they're here all the time
performing.
filming.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman is up on the SiriusXM site now. So we're turning the corner a little bit.
There's a lot of videos that we're missing, though, that I want to get.
We're getting there, though.
Malcolm McDowell, Brian Johnson singing. Don't we have that taped?
No, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I think we do. But we got some good clips on SiriusXM's website now, so we're turning things around. So, Kanye, you got the clip?
Yep.
Should I give it away, or we'll just hear?
No,
what
let's
he
just
said?
hear him. I don't know exactly what happened.
It's fucking. Just
this is part. I mean, the interview is an hour long, so this is part of it.
Oh, we got an hour.
It's good stuff, right? It's good stuff.
It's all about eating up time today. By the way, if you're just tuning in, Anthony had 9 teeth removed last night, and the swelling was so bad and the throbbing pain that he called in. So we're very worried because we think we're only weeks away from Anthony and false teeth.
False teeth.
And I begged him not to do it because it's going to be very uncomfortable to see.
Will you keep staring at it, you think?
All right, let's hear Kanye West.
We the real rock stars, and I'm the biggest of all of them. I'm the #1 rock star on the planet.
There it is. That record, it says that. That's what your album says, and you come out. And, there are songs on there where you make that very clear.
So what I want to explain to everybody out there is, like, I make music.
Can you pause
do
this for a
it, but I
second? That was really uncomfortable. Is he just fucking around, or does he mean that? And
No.
that's the way he says it?
He's not fucking around. He says it. I mean,
but the way he said it was very cartoonish.
Kanye's problem is that he says things about himself that he should just be waiting to
For
allow
others?
other people to say.
Right.
But he doesn't have a lot of patience for anyone, and he wants he's always been this way, but now that he's famous, he's worse.
Is he the biggest rock star on the planet?
No. Bigger than Bono?
I mean,
no, he's not.
The biggest person making new music. That's not. I mean, Bono's big because he's got an entire back catalog. You know what I mean? Like Bono's not doing anything now that's revolutionary.
But you can't throw those guys to the side.
No,
they're still fucking huge rock stars.
Yes,
Jay-Z is a bigger.
He's a bigger draw than Kanye West, but he's not. Even Jay-Z, and I love Jay-Z more than anyone on the planet, but he's not doing anything. He's not moving anything forward the way Kanye West is.
He's still a twat.
Well, how is he moving things forward?
He's changing.
I don't really know that world musically, but what is he doing that's like, holy fuck, I can't believe that he came up with this.
He comes out with these albums that don't sound like anything in hip-hop, and then 2 years later, that's what hip-hop sounds like. You know, like Drake's whole sound, and Drake is like one of the biggest artists there are right now, and his whole sound is basically something that Kanye West started doing 2 years ago that everybody's going, or more than 2 years ago, that everybody's going, what the fuck is this?
Kanye West is an influential artist. He's a very good artist, you know, but he's just a hateable guy.
Right.
And not in a cool rock star way, but in a, oh, you little twat.
But there's no self-awareness because how he just said that he's the greatest rock artist on the planet right now, whatever. The way he said it, of course people in the pop culture world are going to fucking make fun of that.
And he changed a lot after the Taylor Swift thing. Like when he disappeared for a year and he came back.
Right.
He came back with like just a huge amount of disdain for everyone, for the media, for the audience.
But he did it to himself. He looked like an asshole that night.
Yeah, why wouldn't he hate the media? The way he goes up and he makes a cunt out of himself.
He handed that one to the media.
But then he's allowed back on the MTV Awards.
Right. Because that's, and he's saying, and he's saying, look, everybody, look how good I am, that I can do that. I can make a cunt of myself, and they will still put me back on because that's how good I am.
Well,
and nobody else can get away with this.
But he won't say the truth is that they just, if it was whatever, he's a cunt. That's all I can say about him.
It makes it very easy to make fun of him.
Yes.
Extremely easy.
That's true.
All right, continue.
Be limited to only one place of creativity. And it's literally only like 1 or 2 or 3 reasons why I haven't been able to break that down.
But why would you feel that you are? Because, and I'm
no,
just
this is the thing is you guys don't understand. You guys don't understand. You guys don't understand that I did the Yeezys and they eBayed for $90,000.
Right.
And
pause. I don't know. What?
He's talking about fashion now and saying that he can be influential in all these different arts. He's saying that he made a pair of sneakers. I think it was for Louis Vuitton.
They're called Yeezys?
No, the Air Yeezys.
What?
Kanye is abbreviated to Yeezy. So he made these sneakers called Air Yeezys. And they went for like $90,000.
Is that true?
That's true.
But there's something weird going on there.
How many did he make?
That was
2?
somebody in his camp probably bought them. I don't see a regular guy just going to spend $90,000 on that cunt shoes.
They were they were super limited, super expensive. And I mean, yeah, people
But
went
I bet you,
nuts for
I
them.
think Jimmy's right. I bet you if you follow the money trail, it's someone in his camp because it makes for a great story. That his shit sold for $90,000 on eBay. Because you're right. The average person isn't fucking.
Well, the average person doesn't have $90,000.
Well, of course. So it's a non-story is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
One guy who had unlimited money bought his dumb sneakers.
There's nothing likable about this guy. It's
No. But he's almost going out of his way to make himself unlikable.
But it's not even in a cool way. Like
You think he's going out of his way? I don't think so. I just don't think he's aware.
No, I think he knows that he's not being likable.
You sure?
I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares about not being likable.
I'm not saying you gotta be likable to be a good artist, but I mean he's just a hateable douche. Like he's a douche.
Yeah, I don't think he cares about being a
Do you
douche
ever hear
either.
Mick Jagger talk like this, or again Bono, or Springsteen, or fucking do you ever hear Diana Ross talk like this, or anybody who like these are what do you think you're the only fucking famous guy on the planet? You dope.
I don't even care that he talks like this, but if you talk like this, of course people are going to make fun of you, and then they do make fun of you, and then you lose your fucking mind because you don't understand why people are making fun of you. That's my angle today.
And you're absolutely right. I mean, it couldn't be easier to make fun of somebody who talks like this.
And then he's fucking surprised by the whole thing. I want some Air Yeezys.
Air Yeezys?
Air Yeezys.
Like doing an interview like this, you have to.
How do I get some Air Yeezys?
You have to pay $90,000.
No, I don't have $90,000.
You don't have $90,000?
I have $90,000,
Okay.
but I don't have $90,000 to make a dumb goof video where I walk around in the mud with this dumb Air Yeezys. Give me a pair. This guy has info on the $90,000 sneakers. Mike in Jersey. Mikey.
Hey, what's up, Owen? Hey, I'm sorry, Owen, Jimmy.
Hi, Michael.
Kanye's lying. It's the Air Yeezy. He made a 1 and a 2 for Nike. They retail for about $3,000. 90,000. I have no idea where it came out.
No, he said that they went for $90,000 on eBay.
No, they go for. I'm really into sneakers. I don't have a pair of those, but they go for about $3,000 on eBay. You can look it up right now.
Well,
maybe one.
Well,
pair
that's why
did.
Jimmy.
Yeah, probably
Jimmy's
the
point.
first. Maybe the first pair went.
That's why Jimmy's got a good point. One pair went for 90,000, and in I think it was some kind of goof. They're not going for 90,000. One pair happened to go for that.
Who fucking brags about this? Oh my god, what an asshole!
But either way, I mean, $3,000 is also a lot of money
Absolutely.
for shoes. You know,
but that's more of a thing of how dumb people are to waste their money on $3,000 on sneakers.
And if he wants all this respect, why would he be going out with a dodo bird?
He's in love.
He's not in love.
Khloe Kardashian told me opposites attract.
Oh, really? You got the inside scoop on that?
That's what she told me.
Kim Kardashian is a dodo bird.
All signs point to that, yes. I would have to say.
So if he's worried about, his image and this and that, why wouldn't he try to find a beautiful woman that's has some brains to her?
I don't think he cares about his image as much as he wants people to respect him for his art, and he's not really willing to play any games. You know what I mean?
That's bullshit. I don't buy that because I'll tell you, he still goes to the MTV Awards, or he's still What bothers me is that he is a good artist, but he does care what people think. And he did make a twat out of himself. I mean, who runs up on stage and interrupts another artist, like a 17-year-old artist? Like, what a cunt!
A 17-year-old artist.
The president
you're right.
even said, like, what a jerk.
Right.
What did he call him? Like an idiot. Like,
right.
That was a candid moment caught off camera. That's embarrassing. That's really great artists don't do that.
He's not fighting against being. He's not trying to say he's not a jerk. He's more talking about. He's not talking about his personality.
I know. I understand all that. This is just background info, though. Like, pull that shit with somebody else. Pull that shit with Lil Wayne or whoever else was up for an award that night. He picked the easiest target ever.
It's a safe target. You're right. He never would have done that with certain artists.
No,
that would have done that.
That would have been impressive as all hell. Then you would have everyone on your side, like, holy fuck, look at what this guy just did. But Taylor Swift, how old was she at the
17?
time? 17, 18 years old?
And I know it's old news, but that's what this gangster should be talking about.
Fuck.
That's what this gangster should be talking about. And I like Eminem. I think he's a great performer, but what always bothered me about him is that he never, in sync, Britney Spears, like his targets were fucking. It's like being a boxer and only hitting retarded kids.
Look,
and
that guy,
tough guy.
Eminem is so angry. Any day now, he's going to actually punch someone. Man, watch out! Watch out when it finally happens. He's been talking about it for at least 15 years now. It's coming. It's coming soon. I think.
One of these days.
One of these days, it's going down.
But I find him
every song he talks about, he's ready now.
He's a likable guy, though. At least, like this guy is just a fucking. Ugh.
And you know what? I hate saying I was wrong, but that Berserk song is pretty cool.
Well, it gets catchier, but it's still not a great song.
I kind of like. I heard it the other day, and I'm like, "Fuck!" You know what? We gave this song a beating. It's really not that bad. It's kind of catchy.
But the catchy part is the hook from the other song.
Billy Squire.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But still, I mean, I guess.
All right, back to Kanye's interview where he's just an asshole.
That I did the Yeezys, and they eBayed for $90,000.
Right.
And people wanted them bad as whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But I didn't get a call from Nike the next day. You guys don't understand that I've met with companies and they say, what we're trying to figure out is how we can control you and control that. If you're an architect, if you're a world builder, if you have all these ideas and you're gouty and you want to build buildings, if you don't ever get that out, what's going to happen?
Isn't that why you do it? Isn't it the process? Isn't it the point?
Y'all don't think you're really hearing what I'm saying.
But I'm trying to.
As a creative, for you to have done something to the level of the Yeezys and not be able to create more. And you cannot.
Pause. Why can't he create more?
And
why does he give a fuck if Nike ever calls him?
Well, you know,
if he's doing his own thing, who gives a fuck? Why does he need Nike at that point?
He doesn't feel he's getting the respect he deserves. That's all it is.
Yes.
It's
Respect that he deserves from a corporate world that he fucking shuns whenever he can.
Exactly.
What is he talking about?
Don't be if you want that, don't be such a cunt.
Yes. Go look what I did, Nike. Go fuck yourself.
Or do what Jay-Z did already. Don't these like Puff? Didn't Puff have his own clothing line? Like do that.
Yeah.
Or whatever the Diddy, whatever the fuck.
And what do you mean he can't make more, or create more, or whatever the fuck?
I would assume that means Nike doesn't want him to make more.
So?
Who cares?
Go and do it yourself.
You're not a sneaker maker. You're a fucking musician.
He's saying he's an artist. He's a creative.
I'm sure he is. Yeah, you ever see Mick Jagger's hat line? What? No, because no one cares what Mick Jagger wears on his head. Just do what you do, and stop it, unsatisfied douche.
Yeah, and I'm suspicious of the 90 G's.
You mean you think saying you put somebody up to it?
Man, you follow the money. I bet you he has something to do with that whole fucking thing.
Either way, they were popular.
He's bragging.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, the facts of
right. It's just
the
way
90,000.
too suspicious.
He's bragging about fucking. I did this and I still can't get that. What he's basically saying is, I am that big of a fucking a cunt that I can sell shoes for 90,000 and they still don't want to deal with me.
Yeah.
That's basically what you're saying, dummy.
Yeah.
With no perception of himself.
It's kind of interesting.
And listen to the way he's talking to this guy who's actually giving him a nice interview.
Yeah, he's not.
He's just a cocksucker.
Yeah, he's not nervous that he's talking to Kanye. Kanye's trying to alpha male the fucking
But the guy's trying to be nice to him.
Yeah. Let's go.
On your own, with no support, with no backing. So when I say clean water was only served to the fairer skin, what I'm saying is, we're making product with chitlins, T-shirts. That's the most we can make, T-shirts. We can have our best perspective on T-shirts. But if it's anything else, your Truman Show boat is hitting the wall. And what's more important to me about this than everything that I could do sonically and everything is, if I go somewhere and someone says, hey, we don't like Kanye West, you've heard that before, right? Mm-hmm. What people don't realize is I want to make uniforms for my high school basketball team through Brand Yeezy. I want to make that one step and then make another step and then eventually do uniforms for the entire city. Then I want those uniforms to be hot and make money and then I eventually want to be the anchor and the force behind $1 billion company.
Here's his problem.
And
with the whole fucking clearer water was served to the fairer skin. Yeah, I guess because black people can't get any. Black rappers have no opportunity whatsoever.
Right.
Like when this fucking twat went on to Rolling Stone with the fucking crown of thorns.
So don't let white people buy your shit then.
Exactly.
That's how you could get back at them.
Don't let white
You're
people buy
such
your
a brilliant artist that, make sure the white people cannot take pleasure in your greatness.
Or make the uniforms yourself. Buy the uniform. You think Picasso ran around going, how come the corporation doesn't like me?
Right.
Do it yourself. You got the money. Just do your art. You don't need the corporate world to back you. If your art is great, you don't need that. You've already got them backing you financially with your music. What are you doing?
That white bullshit.
Ugh.
White people made them extremely famous. So make sure they don't buy your shit.
Or maybe the other stuff's just not as good. Like maybe his other stuff, like musically, he is a brilliant guy. Maybe the other stuff just isn't as good.
So what is he trying to say? The man's keeping him down because he's so brilliant they're scared of him?
Oh, embarrassing.
Isn't that how people start their own shit? Like Steve Jobs is a perfect example.
I think
he saw the world was missing something and said, fuck everybody, I'm going to do my own thing.
Right.
So why doesn't he do that?
I think he's saying that because people don't want to deal with him or they don't like him as a person, corporations won't.
I heard Steve Jobs wasn't a pleasant individual, so start your own shit. That's how it works.
All he's doing, too, is showing me why nobody wants to sit with him.
Right.
He's, again, to be that should tell you what a jerk-off you are. To be that great of a performer or that great of a musician. And I'd love to say he stinks, but he's great. And still people hate your guts? I mean, how many great fucking performers are there that people hate as much as this guy? Kardashian's not a performer. How many performers do you know? Rappers, musicians, anything. There are athletes that get that.
Right.
But that's a team loyalty thing, too. But I'm talking about musicians, where there's not a loyalty with musicians. How many musicians do you know that people really hate this much?
I can't think of one off the top of my head, even.
Yeah, but I also can't think of musicians that go out of their way to actually say what they're thinking.
Yeah, maybe that's why they don't. But just the fact that he's saying what he's thinking. He's not saying anything that's threatening to my way of thinking. Or I hate him because he seems like a fucking spoiled baby boy twat. Not because, whoa, this guy's got radical. I like Farrakhan, and he doesn't say things I agree with.
Right.
So it's not that his view is so threatening or so radical. Or, whoa, this guy's telling it like it is. At all. It is simply that he's such a fucking narcissistic jizzbag. Like when he's yelling and screaming at the MTV Awards how he didn't get the award. It's like, 'cause that's a lot of the clips you see. He's just a baby.
Right.
That's why I don't like him. It's not that he's saying unpopular things or hard things to swallow.
Well, he's kind of playing it both ways.
And
Why does he give a? I mean, if this is his personality, why would he even give a fuck about MTV and the awards in general?
I think he wants people to look at him the way he looks at himself.
Well, they will eventually.
As like
Just
this next
fucking
level
We
artist.
all want that.
Yeah,
Right.
of course. Just
and that's what I mean.
Just
Like,
keep creating, and maybe eventually they'll see it your way. But you can't fucking force people to see it your way.
I think every creative person has a lot of moments of irrational narcissism like this.
Absolutely.
And he's the only person I've ever seen actually be vocal about it in public.
But
and I respect that.
No, because I know what you're saying.
You know?
But that's not that's not a moment of honesty. Like when you're, because it's almost like if you see a fat girl walking by and you just blurt out like, "Hey, look at this fat fucking girl." That you're not being honest. You're being a jerk off. And we all have these little things.
Sorry.
But when you say stuff like that, you just come off as an asshole. That's not like, wow, this guy's just letting it all hang out.
Right.
And if that's what it is, then he's a jerk off.
Yeah, I think he is an asshole.
Yeah.
But he's one of the only people I can think of that doesn't mind showing people that he is an asshole.
But he does mind the results. See, it does bother him that he's not getting what he wants, and he'll say, well, that's why I'm behaving this way. Well, maybe that's not why you're not getting what you want.
I think he's bothered that his assholeness affects the way people perceive his art and the products that he puts out.
Too fucking bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Too bad.
He doesn't need corporations, obviously.
Or stop doing interviews.
So stop worrying about them not giving you the deals you want.
Yeah, stop
Do
talking.
it yourself.
Let your art speak for itself.
Do it your fucking self. Plenty of entrepreneurs out there did it themselves. They didn't need the corporate world. They fucking cut out their own fucking niche.
Yeah. And your art should speak for itself. If that's what it is, if he knows that his jerk offness is stopping people from appreciating his art, then just either shut the fuck up or stop voicing every little baby boy thing you didn't think you got that you deserved.
Right.
Or C, keep being as brutally honest as you want and then accept the fact that people are like, kind of fuck you. You're a douche.
All right, let's keep playing this.
That $1 billion step, then I can go in and say, hey, I've got an opinion on this. And that could be a $10 billion step. And I eventually want to be the anchor of the first $1 trillion company. But when you sit and you have a meeting with a company and show them the most innovative take on theater, because you thought of it one night while you were sitting on top of Watch the Throne set, which you designed with Ez Devlin. And I designed the set with Ez Devlin, and I thought of, okay, surround vision. It should be a screen above you, below you, to the left or right of you, and in front of you also. Then I paid my own money that I get paid for doing Gold Digger, which I never really liked that song, but I always knew I would get paid for doing Gold Digger. Then I shoot a film in Qatar with 3 camera crews, with Nate Brown, Virgil, Matt William, Nabil, all of these crew, all of the people that every video that pops up every other day on Hypebeast, that's my crew, right? So we go out and shoot that. 3 camera crews over 5 days, edit it over 30 days, show it at Amphar. No, show it in Cannes the night before Amphar on the beach, build it in a pyramid with Rem Koolhaas's agency, design the entire thing, put editors in it, blah, blah, blah. People give a standing ovation. I do an interview in New York Times the next year to say, hey, I did this, and I want to let you know I did it, right? Yep. And then it doesn't get mentioned in the interview. And a week later, they do an interview with George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, and they're talking about what the next frontier of theater will be and how it'll be higher priced tickets, and it will be something that's
Did he actually do this thing, Sam?
Probably did.
Yeah, I believe him.
All right.
He's a creative guy. I mean, I like him. I would tell you what I respect about him is he does not just sit on his ass and ride the last thing. Like he's always trying to do something different.
Not only does he not
not
ride,
a lazy guy.
He does. Not only does he not ride the last thing, but he takes for real risks when he puts stuff out. Like, you know what I mean? Like he has ridiculously popular albums, and then he will put out another album that sounds nothing like it.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, Axl Rose, thank you. I knew there was one.
Oh yeah, Axl. Right. A great
He's
example.
universally hated.
Yeah, but
Axl didn't continue to reinvent himself, and Axl was not this guy.
And Axl's a nut too, I think. I mean,
Axl's talented, but it's hard to say
he officially never went away in his own head.
Right, but he never did anything new either. He did the one thing, and that was it.
Yeah, but then he was like, I'll take my fucking time, and I'll get back to you guys.
Right, and then what happened?
Yeah, well, he blew it.
Right.
And I think he's kind of understanding that finally. But
Yeah.
he thought the world was willing to wait 10, 12 years, whatever the fuck it was.
Whereas Kanye is just like, I want to keep putting stuff out, putting stuff out, putting stuff out.
And if this pyramid 3D fucking four-sided, whatever the fuck he's saying thing was so special,
yeah,
why weren't people talking about it? Why does he have to wait for it to be brought up in interviews and elsewhere?
I think he's
especially
saying,
in this world of social media. Wouldn't it just be the buzz?
I don't know. I think he's
and
saying
maybe
that,
people that really know that shit. Sorry, Sam.
That's okay.
Realized that it was a creative idea, but it was ridiculous because it was overly expensive to pull off.
True. Maybe he doesn't understand the business, and maybe I mean again,
He's
I don't
talking about
even know
30
if it's
editors.
true.
I think he said, right?
Yeah, and 30,
that would be very expensive.
But then maybe he's in his mind. It would probably appear that people need to hear this thing from somebody like Spielberg because they won't take him seriously.
Well, I mean, and
I do agree that some of the go-to guys are a bit on the old side now too, like
Sure.
like a Lucas and Spielberg. Maybe there are people, whether it's Kanye West or somebody else, coming up in the business that really has much better ideas than Lucas and Spielberg, but they don't have the credibility, so they kind of get pushed aside.
Like, what does this rapper know about?
Maybe I'm not. Yeah, maybe Kanye, maybe others. There's
Sure.
probably others out there. We don't even know their names because I agree with that point a little bit that the mainstream media always goes to the go-to guys. Then maybe those guys, their time has sort of passed them by at this point.
Sure.
He also, all you need to know about Kanye is that Bonnaroo experience when he got booed because this dummy wanted to go on after Pearl Jam. Instead of taking the other stage, the main stage, the other smaller stage they gave him, but it was a great time spot. He probably would have been very well received. But then he sets up his video equipment. He goes on. It's getting like the narcissism of this idiot. Like, that's all you need to know about this guy. Like, there's zero self-awareness. So that's why people don't like you. So just accept it.
Right. Let's keep going.
And maybe that's a brilliant idea. I don't know. Maybe his thing is
But I mean,
a great idea.
He is obviously a narcissist. There's no argument there.
Yeah, it's hard to like that.
But
Synagogue.
anyone in entertainment has a little bit of that going on.
Exactly. I think there's a lot more narcissists like this that exist that don't do this in front of TV cameras.
But like I said, this is not being honest. This is being a baby boy and throwing a tantrum.
Maybe he's a baby boy. But
Okay.
you know a lot of baby boys in entertainment.
I do, but I don't know.
Are you defending Kanye West?
I will always defend Kanye West.
I don't know that many baby
Cut
boys
off his dick.
that are so unaware of how bad they sound, or cry about the ramifications of being like. It's like then don't keep kicking and screaming and then cry because people don't like you because you're kicking and screaming.
He should never went back to the award show.
Yeah, maybe
start there,
or
maybe you don't need MTV. You look like an idiot.
Go back to the award show only. I mean, did you see what he did on
Be
last?
the guy that's too cool for MTV and their award shows, and never show up again. That I would respect that.
Yeah, but he's also got to promote. I mean, there's commercialism.
He's so great. It sounds like he doesn't.
But there's a commercialism to art too. You have to.
Of course,
you have to promote your
that's
shit.
the problem here, and he doesn't like how they're
The
handling
balance,
him.
yeah.
Hit play.
I said, wait a second. I just only did the interview to tell people that I invented it. I made it. Like I remember when I was dropping William Morris, right? And then Sarah Newkirk at that time said, before you drop them, go meet with Ari Emanuel. And I sat with him and said, Ari, I'm an inventor. And he goes on to tell me about the way it works. And what he said is, you are a celebrity. So basically what's going to happen is there's product here. And this is where you end up, right here. If you can communicate this product, you can make money off the product. Because look at Gaga. She's the creative director of Polaroid. I like some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know about cameras? So it becomes all of this thing where all of the musicians try to get more money by promoting other products, right? So you'll say, hey, you know what? I've got this water, and we've got this red version. We've got a red bottle, and we got a David Beckham version here. Then we got a blue version. So my opinion is no more than the patina on top of it. When I understand,
all right, I'm done with him.
I'm bored with him. He's boring.
I just tapped out
He's
because
a boring guy.
it's not well thought out what he's trying to say. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's not well thought out.
No,
what are you talking about?
I think he's just letting his brain spew.
All right, we're going to tap out here because there's another 8 minutes. I don't need. I heard enough.
There's another 55 minutes of the whole thing.
Right, but the quote that's got everyone talking is that he said he's the biggest rock star on the planet.
Yes.
He's calling himself that. No one else is.
And David Beckham, by the way, for advertising stuff, is the guy they like. They like guys like that. They like guys that's what advertising. You know, I've never cried that I didn't get a commercial. Because I'm not right for commercials. Because people, I'm a dirtbag, and I know who the fuck wants me associated with their That's probably part of it too. David Beckham is a guy who's palatable, and they like. That's how it is with commercials.
But he's not saying he wants commercials.
No,
he's saying he wants to make the products.
But again, people
Then
don't
make
want to
the
be
products.
exactly make them or don't cry why people don't want to be in business with you.
Right.
Look, listen to this. Who the fuck wants to deal with this guy?
You're so great, you don't need to be in business with anyone.
Right.
I'm going to say it over and over again. You can't have it both ways.
Oh, fuck him.
So that led to what? Jimmy Kimmel doing a little bit?
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, he did this, which was an excerpt from the interview. We didn't hear this exact excerpt, but that's what it is. But he did it with children.
Right.
Because, you know.
That's funny.
Kanye's yelling like a child.
Kimmel's doing some good things on TV, man.
And so great that he's fucking smashing him.
If I see something, if I see opportunity, I'm gonna go for it. You know what I'm saying? We're all gonna die one day.
He's got a glass of chocolate milk.
I reached the point in my life where my Truman Showboat has hit the painting. I'm not trying to regurgitate myself. I'm a pride person, not just clothing, but water bottle design, architecture, everything you can think about. Brought the leather Jordan pants 6 years ago to Fendi, and they said no. How many have you done seen with leather Jordan pants? Where's the culture at? Where is the culture at? Yeah, so? We culture. Rap is new rock and roll. We're the rock stars, and I'm the biggest of all of them.
Jesus. Good
like
bit.
A little kid, that's great.
And he did later in the interview talk about coming to Fendi with leather jogging pants years ago. And then, you know, now they actually are a big thing now.
But he was the one that came up with that?
That's what he says.
Oh, so he got ripped off?
Who?
Oh, he's one of those guys. So then what happened? So then
Kanye goes nuts on Twitter.
Right. That was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Of course, Baby Boy went nuts.
Yesterday, like afternoon. And starts tweeting a ton of shit to Jimmy Kimmel.
Saying Sarah Silverman's funnier.
Yeah.
What else?
I think you got it in front of you, but I can look him up too.
Well, Kimmel... Oh, I got it in front here?
Yeah, I think you got it typed out.
Okay.
But then also, Kimmel read a bunch of them.
Does an interview like that and then cries that people make fun of him. What a douchebag.
All right, so Kimmel wasted no time in addressing Kanye West's angry Twitter tirade. We got that clip in a second here. He read some of... Okay, we could just play the Kimmel thing because he reads the tweets. So this was last night on Kimmel, right?
Yeah, so he tweets him all afternoon yesterday.
Right.
And then apparently he called Jimmy Kimmel right before the show, too.
Really?
And Jimmy Kimmel references that.
Really? Okay.
Kanye West called me about an hour and a half ago in my office, and he's very angry because of a bit we aired this week. He gave an interview to the BBC, and we had a kid actor take the words and reenact it. We just had the kids say the stuff Kanye said. And apparently this upset him. He called me. He said a lot of things. He told me I had two choices. Number one, apologize publicly. And that was really the only choice.
By the way, Kanye,
this is going to be a good one, man.
Kanye is going to get his fucking ass handed to him.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
He's going to lose this one in a humiliating way.
He's in way over his head. Way over his head.
He's just going to make a live audience laugh at you every night.
Every night. Yeah, and Jimmy Kimmel's the type of guy, he's not going to let this go.
Kanye's going to get destroyed on this one.
Kimmel's got balls.
Yeah.
He's got the balls.
I mean, it'll last, and then...
Yeah, but where's the end?
I mean, and then Kanye will put something new out, and everybody will be like, okay, actually, that's good, too.
Really the only choice. The other choice he gave was that my life, your life, he said, is going to be much better if you apologize. So, and then he started tweeting today, and I don't know if I've even seen some of these because they're happening as we speak. Let's say Kanye West is out of line to, Jimmy Kimmel is out of line to try and spoof in any way the first piece of honest media in years. Okay. All right. What else do we have? Jimmy Kimmel, I don't take it as a joke. You don't have scumbags hopping over fences trying to take pictures of your daughter. I don't even know what that refers to. Okay. What else do we have here? Jimmy Kimmel, put yourself in my shoes. Oh, no, that means you would have gotten too much good in your life.
Pussy in your life.
I've seen the video, I know.
Wow. Yeah, keep going, stupid Kanye.
You're not going to beat a comic.
Keep going.
Not like Jimmy Kimmel.
Keep going.
Well, comedian,
dummy.
whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not a stand-up guy, but he's a comedian, and he's gonna get destroyed.
He is going to get his fucking dick kicked in this. Because first of all,
and Kanye's ego will not allow him to fucking back out. This is gonna be really good. This is gonna go on for a while.
look at his baby boy capital letter tweets.
Wow.
Oh, his angry baby boy tweets. Yuck. That was fucking. It's like, do you understand? There's a live studio audience just laughing at you, and the whole country is laughing with them at you.
And then everyone's going to pick up on the clips. I'm sure Kanye has a much bigger fan base, but wow, this is not good.
This is years and years ago. A writer, I think Walter Winchell, was a very powerful writer, and he went after, I think it was Jack Parr on the Tonight Show, and they had a back and forth. And Winchell was a powerful guy, and Parr destroyed him. And because you can't compete with a guy who's being funny in front of a live audience every night.
Right.
He can do bits about you, and everyone sees it. And like you said, they pick it up.
Right.
You cannot win.
And in Kimmel's world, this is great for ratings, so he's not going to fucking drop this.
I mean, you talk about Kanye having a bigger audience. He's got almost 10 million Twitter followers, most of whom had no idea that Jimmy Kimmel did this bit. Nobody was talking about this bit.
So now they're tuning in Jimmy Kimmel. It's great for him.
Can we hear that one line again? That last line was just wonderful.
That was a punch to the gut.
Just addressing each tweet.
Yeah, and then we got more. Hold on, let me see. Why is this not working? Come on.
Wow, that was a fucking good one.
It really was a good one.
I know. I've seen the video. Now tweet more capital letter stuff about that.
Right.
Baby boy, deal with that. Oof.
I'll just pick it up from, I don't know, somewhere in here.
Hopping over fences, trying to take pictures of your daughter. I don't even know what that refers to. Okay, what else do we have here? Jimmy Kimmel, put yourself in my shoes. Oh, no, that means you would have gotten too much good in your life. I've seen the video, I know.
Wow. Wow. And then it continues. We got a new clip here.
You can't put yourself in my shoes. Your face looks crazy. Is that funny? Or if I had a kid say it, would it be funny? It might. I'd be more than happy to give it a shot if you'd like. What else do we have here? Should I do a spoof about your face? Are you effing Ben Affleck? Which, by the way, was a spoof. I don't know if you thought that was the news, but hashtag no disrespect to Ben Affleck. Hashtag all disrespect to Jimmy Kimmel. A lot of hash in those tags. Are there more of them? Oh, yeah, there are some more. Okay. I like you. You know me. I went to your family's wedding. He did come to my friend's wedding, and he was very nice at the wedding. What else do we have? Who you made it clear to me wasn't your family when I was on the phone with you 5 minutes ago, you manipulative medium. Yeah, it was my friend. It's not my family. What else do we have here? Sarah Silverman is 1,000 times funnier than you, and the whole world knows it.
On Twitter, he responded to that by saying, yeah, I know, right? Hashtag Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Because I guess she was in Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, I think she was one of the characters in that. Not a great movie.
That was a smashing.
And
people, and by the way, Kanye thinks people are laughing at his tweets. They're laughing at him.
Of course.
They're laughing at him.
Of course. And then this.
So, by the way, he told me on the phone, and I swear to God this is true, he said, I am the most powerful voice in media. I am Pac. He said, I am Pac a few times to me.
Wow. All right.
He said, you will never be able to show your face at a 14-year-old's high school football game and be cool again. He really is Pac. I mean, that is right out of the that's right out of the Tupac playbook, isn't it? So I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't know why he's angry. Again, the bit was pretty, I thought, innocuous. But finally, I'm in a rap feud. I've always wanted to be in a rap feud. Are you on my back?
I'll watch your back.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Right now we're at Def Kanye 5, so we will keep an eye. Are there any new ones? Or we'll keep an eye during the show to see if he's got some new ones. Thanks, Kanye. Appreciate it.
Yeah, this is all good for Jimmy Kimmel.
What a dope Kanye West.
All
is.
good for Jimmy Kimmel.
Only good news.
Kanye makes one dumb decision after another with his big mouth.
Well, he can't help himself.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is.
The capital letters are the best. The angry, like, you know how dumb that looks? Like, you're so angry, and then people just... How does it feel to type these angry ones that you think you're going to be... And you're just being mocked and laughed at?
Has it stopped?
The tweets?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the last one.
You can bet that will stop. He should record if Kanye calls. He should absolutely have you able to record that.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't
I'm
air
sure
it.
he recorded.
Why can't you?
You can't secretly record somebody and then air it, I don't think.
Maybe not, yeah. Maybe
I'm sure he recorded it.
Who knows?
If someone goes, hey, Kanye's on the phone and you're in the middle of this, I'm sure, you know.
But it is funny.
I am
I'm sure he recorded it.
How embarrassing. I am Pac. Oh, my God.
Pretty amazing.
Wow.
I think the Opie rap's better than any Kanye West song, by the way.
Fuck, yeah.
I mean, you got Chip on this one. You don't have me. But...
I think it's better than anything Kanye has put out.
Word.
I don't think we officially ever played it on the show.
No, I don't think so.
It's doing very
either.
well out there. It's a guy named, how do you say his name on Twitter?
G Hookahs.
G Hookahs.
Yeah, he's the same guy who did E-Rock Army, N-word.
Right. Yeah. He did this rap. It's the Opie rap. It's kind of weird to promote this because I'm the guy, but fuck, who else is going to do it? What's he on Twitter? GHOOKAHS.
Yeah.
He's a good one to follow, man. He's a very creative guy. And he did this. We'll put it on our Facebook page again, E-Rock?
Yeah, sure.
All right, it'll be linked on our Facebook page. The animation itself is amazing. So check this out as we go to break.
My nigga is Satan. He's amazing. He's an amazing guy.
Greg Hughes, nigga. Greg Hughes, nigga. Hey, yo, it's Greg Hughes money. You already know the niggas who wanna act funny. I will pull up soda candy niggas. I will get your bitch. I'm here to make her work it, nigga. He's feeling bang bus, the elevator version, nigga. I'm so cool, nigga. That Sudoku, nigga. You wish you had a V like me, don't you, nigga? You gotta hate a nigga. I'm that rollerblading nigga. I'm barely more mature than a 8th grader, nigga. I get that last laugh, nigga. I got that sweat ass, nigga. So stay back, niggas. I'm a cake smash, niggas. Tell who cares? I need a day pass, niggas. I let us say that, niggas. I'm cooler than Jim Norton and Kango Hands and Adidas, nigga. You really wanna beat them, brother, man? Come and tweet a nigga. If you really wanna fire me, nigga, be in the heart of Huntington Village of that Page Riley's, nigga. I had a baby, I've been a lot more insightful, nigga. Days of sitting on beaches away behind the nigga. I used to break stuff, I ain't give a fuck, nigga. Nowadays it's blueberries and Candy Crush, nigga. It's Greg Hughes money, you already know the niggas. You wanna act funny and I will club soda candy niggas. Niggas wanna act funny and I will club soda candy niggas. 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 I will club soda candy niggas.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
We'll return after these messages.
Now, the Opie and Anthony Show continues.
That's right, it continues. My kid doesn't understand why I don't talk to him through the radio. That's going down, Jim Norton.
I've had girls that thought I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Frightening.
For real?
Oh, yeah. Frightening.
Wait, you're not joking?
No.
Holy shit.
Psychotics.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, my kid, is trying to talk to me through the radio, and he doesn't understand why I'm not, answering his questions. He thinks I can't hear him.
He's right.
He is right.
100% correct.
He's like, why doesn't Daddy hear me?
That's weird. He hears your voice.
Yeah, he's finally figured it out. And yesterday we were walking around, and a fan came up. He was very, very cool. Some dude that used to live in L.A. and now lives in our neighborhood. It was a little creepy that he followed me for 2 blocks before he said hi. Trust me, I've been around long enough to know all the tricks. And after I talked to him for a couple minutes, then my son goes, "Who is that, and why is he talking to you?" He's very confused. He doesn't understand why just complete strangers come up and say hi.
When I saw you and your wife and kids in the street the other day, I thought after, what a perfect-looking family, blonde.
Really?
Oh my! If Hitler painted a family,
wow,
it would be your family.
Wow, really? Thanks.
4 very blonde, perfect people.
Oh, I just sat up straight.
I do like that you and Hitler have the same definition of perfect people.
Well, I mean visually.
Yeah, Kanye wouldn't agree with that.
That's right.
No, but he would have.
What you trying to say?
But Kanye would have agreed with the point that I made about if Hitler had a painting. That was
yes. He would have agreed with that.
I watched the special, by the way, last night. It was on Netflix. I watch a lot of Nazi documentaries just to try to understand certain people. And it was about the kids and or the grandchildren of the Nazis and how they had to deal with being these names. And they show some, like the great niece of the grandson of Rudolf Hess, who ran Auschwitz and killed 2 million people, or the granddaughter of. Or the daughter of Amon Gut, who was in Schindler's List, the one that was shooting people off the balcony.
Of course.
And she didn't understand. A lot of them didn't understand how fucking what pigs they're.
And how old are these people now?
Well, the daughter is probably 60, but she, I'm almost done with it.
Do you ever wrap your head around that?
What do you mean?
Like if you're in that position, if you're that kid, do you ever wrap your head around
I haven't come to the very end of it. I got probably 15 minutes left in it.
Because we all want to do Ancestry.com, right? Is that the big plug today? I don't even know. Well, whatever. Those sites. Imagine those people well, we kind of know, and we don't really want to deal with that.
I'll tell you who's. I think they do. There's one of the girls related to Himmler, and they have the last names Himmler, Goering. And this one guy is...
Supposedly there were some Hitlers on Long Island, of all places.
Probably were.
And I think they either changed their names or... I forgot how it goes. We talked about it on the radio a while ago. But there were Hitlers.
Yeah.
And that, yes, related to the guy.
That's their name.
And how the fuck do you go through life knowing that?
Well, 2 of them, the son and daughter of, I want to say Goering, who was a real psycho, they both... Or it might have been the 2 grandchildren... Both had their tubes tied, the son and the daughter, because they don't want there to be any more.
No kidding.
Yeah, they're stopping the bloodline. And I forget, there's one guy that runs around reading. He's in his late 60s, or he's probably in his 70s. He's an 80-year-old brother. And he wrote 2 books about his parents. His father was executed. It wasn't Goering. It might have been Bormann, or it was one of those top guys. No, it wasn't Hess. I forget, it was one of the top Nazis, and was his father. And he blasts them, and he goes and he reads, and he was saying how they deserved it, what terrible people they were.
Oh, boy. Kenny.
I don't appreciate this conversation. I had a relative die in a concentration camp. He fell out of a guard tower.
I will analyze what was wrong with that. It was, the timing of it was awful. See, the audience doesn't have to watch this lumbering up to the mic. And it was the fact that he knows he's told that joke so many times, there was no pause for the fucking punchline. It was like...
He and everybody else's corny uncle have told that joke.
I just wanted to contribute.
But you know what?
Right, well, you should still want that.
The best part, he was beat red before he told the joke. He knew he was in a uncomfortable spot.
Can you replay the rush to punchline?
I knew how horrible it was going to be.
But it was just the rush to the punchline.
Oh my God!
I specifically didn't pause because I didn't want you to beat me up.
I know. Well,
but aren't you
a
Jew?
He's Jew. Yeah.
You're a Jew.
Yeah. This is what that was. 2 Jews walk into a bar, they own it. Can you give me a second to go? What do you mean?
Yeah. You got it, E-Rock. That's fascinating. What do they do for a living, the kids or the grandkids?
I don't remember.
Of these people.
I wish I could remember the son's name, the guy with the beard, because he goes into schools, like middle schools and grade schools, right? And he reads excerpts from.
So he kind of owns it. He kind of owns it a little bit. I would imagine some of these people, they don't, you could get away from that. You know what I mean?
What the fuck was? Could you Google top 5 Nazi lieutenants or whatever? I'm now it's gonna drive me nuts. He's not a Himmler, he's not a Goering. I don't think he's a Hess. He's not a Bormann. This is what I'm missing.
But yeah, people want to know the name of the documentary.
Hitler's Children.
Hitler's Children.
Yeah, I don't think Hitler had any kids, but it's about it was just a catchy title. What are some?
Where'd you find it? Netflix.
Netflix has a great Nazi documentary.
Netflix has great documentaries in general.
Okay. Top 10 Nazis put.
That's in film.
No, not film.
I wrote top 5 Nazi lieutenants.
Okay. In Third Reich. I can't remember this guy's. Who he was, because usually now it's the grandchildren or the great nieces, because the children were much older. But this one guy grew up. Did he grow up in a fucking concentration camp?
Ryan once said, "Hold on a second. He might be able to help you out because I did not see this, Jimmy. It sounds like a fascinating.
It's really
documentary,
fucking good. I like to watch 10 minutes of it, and I blew through almost all of it. Hi, Ryan.
You saw this, huh?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, it's a great documentary. Jimmy's right. There's some really good parts in that documentary, especially the I can't remember the guy's name, but one of the guys that I guess his grandfather ran one of the concentration camps. He went back to the concentration camp, and was looking in the guy's house and where he used to live, and then that scene, Jimmy. I don't know if you've gotten there yet, but like for those Israeli kids were there doing the little tour of the camp, and he got up in front of them and he just
No, I didn't see that part yet. I did not see that part.
All right, never mind. I didn't say it.
Wait. So some of the Nazi kids that they grew up in these concentration camps in other areas?
Well, this kid didn't know. This kid is Rudolf Hess's grandson. I saw the part where they got to where he went to the camp and he's looking through the old house. Because this grandson of Rudolf Hess, his father, when his father was young, he was living in Auschwitz, because they had a place where the German family lived, and this grandson became obsessed with this photo from the inside of the German household to a gate, and the gate leads into the concentration camp, and his thing was how much could they see from this gate? What did my father and family see? Like, not Rudolf Hess, but the regular parts of my family. What did they know that was happening? What could you see? So he brings the photo with him, and he goes into the gate, the little yard area, and he just to look through this gate and see what could they see into Auschwitz. But he's the grandson, and they said he looks like Rudolf Hess. Who am I thinking of?
Goebbels?
There you go. The beard. Wait. Who the guy with the beard? Who's the guy with the beard that I'm thinking of? And his father and mother were both Nazis, and the father was was it Joseph Goebbels?
I think so. I don't remember. All the names kind of run together. They just one big.
Okay. Because you wrote a book about his Nazi father.
Hold on, I want an answer to some. So the German families had families that were close to the concentration camp, like living.
They lived in the camp, but in the nice section of the camp. Yeah.
No, of course. But my thought process is this. So now the guy. He's killing Jews all day long, and then he comes home for supper and throws the ball around with his kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was what.
How fucked up is that?
They're the worst people who ever lived.
But how do you do that as a human being in your head?
That's what these kids are wondering. That's what they're wondering. Like,
so he goes through the gates. That's the bad part of the camp, obviously.
Yeah.
But then at the end of his workday, because it's work to him, he comes home and has a family life?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, how do you do that?
Well, the daughter of...
Knowing also, that you're in there killing kids, and then you come home to your own kids?
Yeah, it's...
Wow.
Amon, I keep saying Gert is how his daughter, the Gut, whatever the name, how you say it in German.
Yeah.
She said that she asked her mother when she was younger, because she said, I knew that all these Jews lived in this work camp. She said, thank God it was not an extermination camp. It was not an extermination camp. What's it begins with a P, whatever the name of the camp was. And so she said, I knew that sterner measures were necessary sometimes, but she had no idea that her father was standing up there with a rifle and had killed tens of thousands of people. in that camp.
Do they describe their fathers as being good people?
No.
Obviously, you know, time goes by and you know.
No.
They despise them or whatever, but at the time, do they remember them as being good parents, good fathers?
I don't remember if she did.
I would love to know the answer to that.
She was shocked to hear what he had done, though.
Right.
Like, she said she asked her mother, did he ever kill any Jews? And the mother said, well, a few. And she kept pushing her. How many is a few? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 5? I mean, It turns out it was tens of thousands. And she said her mother beat her with a switch. And
why? For asking the question?
Yeah. I guess the mother didn't want to answer it. And she said that she walked into a bar she used to go to. And she would hang out in this bar. And she said the bartender, or the owner, was a very nice guy. And she said one time the dishwasher wasn't there, so he rolled up his sleeves. And she saw the number on his arm. And she said, where were you stationed? What station? What camp were you in? And he goes, well, we don't want to talk about that. And she finally said, well, no, I would like to know. And he goes, you would never heard of it. And then he said the one that her father used to run. And she thought her father was a decent guy. So she goes, oh, my father used to run that. Gut. Did you know Gut? And the guy's like, no. And then the guy goes, do you mean Get? Because they couldn't say his name in Polish.
Right.
And she said, yeah, that's my father. And she said that the guy, he just went white.
Of course.
And he screamed, that murdering pig. And she, I think that showed her how awful this was. Like, she had no idea.
How awful her father was.
And watching Schindler's List, she said, she went and saw it in the theater. And she said it was just, it was extraordinarily upsetting to see.
Wow. Jesus. You're not talking about Hess, are you?
I don't know, to be honest. Rudolf Hess's grandson is the one who ran Auschwitz. Hess ran Auschwitz.
Right.
And the grandson went there. Amon Gertz ran, begins with a fucking P.
Let's go to Larry. Larry!
Hey, Larry.
Hi, guys.
Plaslau?
That's probably it, yeah.
All right, I didn't know that, but someone came up with it. Plaslau is the name of the camp. Go ahead, Larry.
Rudolf Hess, I don't know, Hess might have ran the camp. Rudolf Hess was an air minister who flew to England at the beginning of the war very early to try to forge a peace with England, crash landed and spent the rest of his life incarcerated. And his son has written books. He eventually committed suicide in Spandau prison in Berlin. There might have been another Hess that ran Auschwitz. I don't know who did that.
Oh, I thought Rudolf Hess did.
No, not Rudolf Hess. Rudolf Hess crash landed in England in 1942, I think.
Oh, okay, I'm wrong.
And spent the rest of his life incarcerated.
Oh, okay.
Goebbels left no children. Joseph Goebbels was the propaganda minister, and in the bunker in April of 1945, his wife and him poisoned all their children, and then they committed suicide. So there's no surviving direct children of Joseph.
Wait, so it might have been a great niece or something, right? A great grand.
What was the logic of poisoning his own children?
So
Does anyone know?
Oh, yes, they would all just die and not have to live through the capture.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, so it wasn't Rudolf Hess then. Who ran Auschwitz?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know who ran the camps. I've read extensively about the camps and the camp system.
Yeah.
And visited Dachau. I wouldn't recommend it. It's extremely depressing. But I don't know who actually ran the camps themselves. I know Himmler was in charge of it all as the head of the SS, the Schutzstaffel. And I don't know that I think Himmler might have left children, but there's not much written about his family. Bormann was never found. Then no one really, that was one of the big mysteries is what happened to Martin Bormann. And I don't know that he left any children behind, but he completely disappeared. And
Larry, Haas is the guy's name, right? Oh, okay, I was mixing him up with...
The woman is Bridget Haas.
Haas. How do you spell her name?
H-O-S-S.
H-O-S-S. I'm sorry, I was confusing him with Hess. It's Haas.
Haas, okay.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. It's just I lived in Germany a great number of years, and it was kind of one of my hobbies
Sure.
to set myself to study that history.
Well, thank you for saying that, because I was saying the wrong thing. It was Haas.
Haas,
and,
okay.
Larry.
I'm thinking that the guy who I'm thinking of who wrote the book about his parents, his father was named like the guy to run Poland for Hitler, and I don't remember his name, because I remember he said he remembers the phone call came where his mother picked up the phone and said, Hitler's on the phone. And his father jumped out of the bathtub naked and stood at attention on the phone talking to Hitler. And then Hitler said, I want you to kind of run Poland or be my general in Poland or whatever it was.
Wow.
So whoever that guy was.
Wow. I got to see this documentary.
It's really good. It's very, very interesting. But it just makes you hate. I mean, to say the Nazis were awful people, that's an obvious thing. But I really wish that they had just dropped a nuke on Germany at the end of that war. Terrible. Thank you very much, Larry.
Anything else, Larry?
May I recommend make a recommendation on a book for you? It's a book that's simply called Treblinka. And Treblinka was a camp where they had a revolt, and at the time the Frenchman wrote the book, he spoke to every surviving prisoner. Only 40 prisoners got out alive because after the revolt, all the prisoners were put to death, but the 40 that escaped were alive. And it talks about the entire mentality of the camp system, how they controlled them and everything, and why what the guards themselves did that led to the revolt, to understand the mentality of both the Jews as well as the Germans that wrote the camp.
So it's Treblinka, it's called?
Treblinka, yes.
Thank you. And it's was that was a death camp or a work camp?
No, it was a death camp.
Okay, what was Dachau?
Dachau was the model camp, was the one that they started everything with. It's outside of Munich. It was the model on which all the others were based. It's where they tested everything. It was the very first camp from the 30s. And above the gate, I don't know if it's the original gate, it does say Arbeit macht frei, which roughly translated into English, work will set you free.
Oh, wow.
Man.
I know Auschwitz was in Poland, so I didn't know it was in Germany. Okay, thanks very much, Larry.
Right.
Treblinka. I'm going to actually text myself that so I can buy that book.
I apologize. Good day, and hey, Sammy, you the man.
Take care, buddy.
Whoa.
Hey, don't end a good call with that, Larry.
That's Larry.
Well, again, Larry obviously knows a lot about the Nazis, so he liked Sam. That makes sense.
Hi, who's this?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, this is Bobo.
What?
What?
Did you see the documentary, Bobo?
Why are you calling the show?
I was going to call in, say hi to you guys, because I haven't talked to you guys in a while.
You do realize we're in the middle of an interesting topic, so do you have something on Hitler or Auschwitz? Concentration camps?
No.
You're just calling for what reason? You've been on hold for hours. What's up? What's up?
Yeah, that's all. I just wanted to talk to you guys. Haven't talked to you guys in a while. Was just saying hi.
How's the dog doing, Bobo?
No, none of that shit. This is a radio show. What do you mean you're just calling to say hi?
That's what it is. I picked the bad time to call in.
Just fucking hang up. I mean, Bobo, not even Opie. Oh, Bobo, just hang up. What are you doing?
What's the thought process? Like, you haven't heard... What's going on? You think we're talking to you through the radio?
He hung up. Good.
All right. What do you mean you call him just to say hi?
Exactly.
And I want to get back to Jimmy anyway. You have a story about a girl that thinks you were talking to her through the radio?
Yeah, just some crazy girl.
What did she say that you were saying?
She would just like leave me voicemails and write me emails thinking I was talking to her. You know, Jim, it was just weird shit.
Wow.
Just fucking wackos. Today you were talking about this, and I'm like, it was a radio show, dummy.
But she thought you were talking to her? Or about her?
Yeah, just another fucking me narcissist. Just the most hateable. I wish there was a way that they could test the true gene for narcissism. Because we all have some of it. And you're right, performers all have it.
Of course.
You have to.
Yes.
So I don't say that, but just that type of wreck everybody's life narcissism and just really, before they're ever fucking grown out of the womb, just flush them out.
Right.
The worst.
All right. Well, that documentary I want to see.
It's very good. Hitler's Children on Netflix.
Hitler's Children.
Because I was looking for the Morton Downey one and I couldn't find it. And
the Evocateur. I got a copy of that.
Oh, I would love to see it, man. I
don't think it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
It's on demand.
Roland got me a copy from Magnolia Films.
Hey.
He might even have another one laying around. It was pretty good.
I really do want to see it.
I just didn't realize that Morton Downey Jr. had 2 quick years. I mean, hung in there after that, but the show itself was only on for 2 years.
And that was it.
That's unbelievable to me.
And someone said that the boy in striped pajamas is the same story. I'm guessing it's about that. I like Nazi documentaries. I liked hearing from the survivors because you get this. There's been this thing like a lot of people like and I'm not even talking about AMP. I'm saying there are people that really just think the Third Reich had a lot of good things about them, and it's they're just fucking gross.
Right.
And it wasn't just the upper echelon. It was the guards. To be able to just murder, like you said, children.
And then go home to your own family. That's the part today. Because you forget that they had family structures and stuff, these guys, you know? You just think they're animals and that's all they were animals, robots basically. But no, they were living relatively, in quotes, normal lives when they weren't doing that shit.
Hitler's personal bodyguard just died, I think.
Yeah.
Or his secretary, or his
I think it was a bodyguard
assistant,
or something, yeah.
In his 90s.
So, all right. That was a terrific call, Bobo. Thanks. And then he's tweeting, pick up my call. Like,
why wouldn't you just block him?
I block
Pick
all.
up my call.
I block all his accounts at this point.
What is there to say to you?
I'll block the new one.
Idiot. It's a fucking radio show. Pick up my call. I just called to say hi.
Maybe he's got a new video or something.
Cares?
Maybe.
You don't, do you?
No, not at all. I forgot that he existed until he called, and I forgot there were videos until you said that.
All right. Now this. Oh, Sal. Hold on.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
Just hanging.
I have no idea what this is now. You want to hear Jim's Kenny's joke from before? What was
Oh, yeah,
it?
we did ask for that.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Where's E-Rock?
E-Rock said he's taking a piss. He's been gone for 10 minutes.
So you think it's a shit? Should I check?
Go check, Sam.
All right, let me go double check.
You think you're shitting?
Yeah, definitely.
Can he shit during the break?
I don't. You would think. I would love to go to the bathroom right now, and I will do that. I wish I could just get up in the middle of the show and do that. There are times we go really long, and I feel like I'm going to pee my pants. I start shivering because my body temperature drops. There's so much urine in me.
Yeah, I got a tinkle, too.
Like, his only job is to be there when we need him, so why wouldn't... whatever. It's the same shit.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM.
And now back to
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM.
Jim left for the airport, I guess?
He's gone.
He's gone? Should we wait for him to get back?
For what?
Huh?
No, we got to keep the ball rolling.
Sure.
Yeah, man, keep the energy up.
All right, we could do that.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I love it.
Woo! It's Friday.
It is Friday. I got to see the Meatball movie. And I think that's it. And maybe get a pumpkin or two. We might...
Already?
Yep.
It's September still.
Well, I know, but the kid doesn't understand that. He see pumpkins. We need to get a pumpkin.
Are they going to go rotten before Halloween?
Oh, yeah, they will.
They will, right?
Yes.
Those things don't last a month.
Who's calling on the hotline?
I hope it's Bobo again.
Hi, who's this?
Colin,
What's up, man?
why don't you guys have Bobo on?
Yeah.
Well, Bobo called in the middle of our Nazi discussion, and he had nothing to add.
Nazi discussion. I don't blame him. That Nazi discussion in the year 2013.
Well,
Let it go. The Nazis did their thing. Give
Yeah.
them a break already.
Well, Jim Norton saw a little documentary called Hitler's Children, and we were discussing it, Colin.
Ah, BS. You guys should get to the hot issues.
Which one?
Last issue of Breaking Bad. The last show of Breaking Bad. Oh, the Kanye Jimmy Kimmel feud.
We actually did the Kanye Jimmy Kimmel feud. Jimmy Kimmel's going to kick Kanye's ass.
You think so?
Oh, my God. Kanye can't keep up with that shit. Jimmy Kimmel has all day to respond.
Yeah.
You know?
No. Kanye has all day to respond, too. Just, not on TV, but he has all day to respond.
On Twitter with capital letters. Jim Norton back in studio.
Yeah, I was
Colin Quinn
pissing.
in studio.
On the phone,
On
yes.
the phone, excuse me.
Hi, Colin.
It's like I'm in studio. That's how.
I just felt like you were sitting right next to me, yes.
Jim, I heard you had quite a discussion about the Nazis, and you kept Bobo out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, it was difficult, but I'm afraid that once he got started on the Nazis, he'd have so much pertinent information that we'd never get back to the jokes.
Well, but don't you think it's kind of unfair that you spent the whole night watching some tedious Hitler's Children documentary? It was probably like a 20-year-old documentary, and just because you happen to watch it and you're working on the show, then Bobo calls in and adds his 2 cents.
Well, Colin, I have to explain this because I know you enough to know that you really appreciate this type of thing. Bobo called a radio show. We'd like to think it's a relatively popular radio show being heard in multiple states. The reason Bobo called us today was he wanted to say hi.
I saw him on Twitter. He goes, Anthony, I haven't heard from you in a long time.
Exactly. It's like, what an asshole.
But he has no concept that, believe it or not, we're trying to do something here. He just wanted to actually call in to say hi.
Well, that just goes to show you guys people have always complain how this country is no longer like, the small town where just the simple niceties of the day-to-day.
Right.
Bobo's trying to reenact that. And he wouldn't have done it if Anthony had responded to him on Twitter 2 days ago when he said, hey, Ant, haven't spoken to you in a couple of weeks. So really, this is Anthony's fault.
But Anthony's never talked to Bobo. So that's all in Bobo's head.
Yeah.
All right, I think we should see it Colin's way. Bobo, please call back in.
Yeah.
And we'll allow you to say hi.
Chat the morning away.
We'll allow you just to say hi, not contribute anything to the radio show. Colin, in a way, is saying hi right now, but he's adding rich material to the program.
And my Nazi documentary was a very newer one.
Yeah.
And it was quite good.
I bet it wasn't new at all. Stupid. I've heard that name, Hitler's Children. It's a 20-year-old book and probably a 15-year-old documentary.
How old is the documentary, Sam? Can we look this up just so I can finally... Because somebody thinks that he reads the U.S. Constitution, all of a sudden he's an expert on world affairs. Hold on a second. What year is it? I'm going to guess it was 2010.
He did a one-man show on the world, though, so he might...
I'm going to guess it was 1997. I'm going to guess the book was 1992.
Maybe you're right, the book, but I'm talking about the...
Can it be new to us?
Don't try to weasel out.
No, the book you might be right about, but I didn't watch.
Okay, all right. You ready?
2010.
The book...
What's the book called?
Hitler's Children, the story of... Whatever, is a 1977 book. However, the film...
We're both wrong on that one.
Is from 2011.
2011, Colin. That's like
fine.
yesterday.
Well, I'll give you some information that Opie will appreciate.
Yeah.
I believe the Nazis landed in Southold when they actually had a submarine off of Southold in World War II.
No way.
I think so.
Really? I got family out there. Maybe I'm related to those guys. There was a Hitler in Patchogue? I swear to God.
I think there's a few Hitlers.
Colin loves Long Island history. There was a Hitler, look it up, in Patchogue. Some say Patchogue. And his name was Willie. Willie Hitler. Lived in Patchogue. I'm telling you the truth.
Did he change his name?
I don't know. I mean, look up Willie Hitler. He lived in Patchogue, Long Island. Huh?
That's great. He changed his name too. See, now when Bobo calls, you guys have something to talk about. Willie Hitler.
Well,
maybe he'll have something to contribute.
He's not calling in now. Good. I see it your way. He should be able to just say hi on a radio show. You fuck. Someone else does that. Stalker Patty does that to us. She calls just to say hi.
But she says hi she says hi better than anybody. Hi.
Hi.
Her hi is like on Laverne and Shirley. Hello.
Hello.
It's very distinctive.
But Bobo's calls in are just they enrage me because they're so devoid of any self-awareness.
Well, one of my greatest pleasures, Colin, is to do things to just annoy Jimmy now. And there's a couple of go-tos. There's a guy named Danny around here that Jimmy, thinks he's a nice guy, but doesn't really like him on the radio show. So we invite him in. And then the Bobo phone call's always a pleasure. We stopped taking Bobo's calls, but then one day I realized it really annoyed Jimmy so bad that I just take his call.
That's great.
Hold on a minute.
What are we going to do about Scorch? I'm a little worried about him.
We're all worried. But, he was asking for a fax machine the other day through Twitter.
A fax machine?
Yeah. We haven't talked about this on the air yet, right?
No,
Sam,
he
tweeted that he needed someone in the Manchester area.
He sent out a tweet.
A fax machine.
He sent out a tweet that said, if anybody in the Manchester area has a fax machine I could use, let me know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe in the Greater New Hampshire Staples organization.
But who has a fax machine?
No
and what
one.
is he going to do with a fax machine?
And why would you go to a stranger who you know on Twitter who says, oh, I have a fax machine, come over my house and use it?
Yeah, go to Kinko's.
But what is he doing with the fax machine?
Probably faxing out resumes. That's
To
how.
who?
That's how people receive resumes in 2013. We work in media and we get faxes.
Well, they're a little behind the times in Manch Vegas.
Maybe.
Maybe. Hold on, Colin. Hold on a minute. You asked for it. You get it.
Whoa.
Bobo.
Yeah, hi guys.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I called. How's everything? How you doing?
Hi, Bobo. Things are okay.
Yeah, I'm doing okay, but a little bit stuffed up with the allergies.
Oh yeah, wow. What do you expect? I mean, this is allergy season.
Yeah, I know that. Hey, my mom wants to say hi to you, Colin. Hold on.
What?
Wow, what a treat for Carl.
Hey, Colin, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Okay, Daniel got me hooked on your antics, and you're a very good comedian. I enjoy watching you. Very good.
I appreciate that. Oh, that's great.
Hope you keep doing well.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you so much.
All right, I'll put Daniel back on the phone.
Okay, thanks.
Jimmy's losing his mind.
How does it? This one's worse than the first call.
I wanted to. Maybe she could put her vagina up to the phone so we could boo it.
Now his mom is just saying hi.
Hey, man. Let's not question the greatness of Colin Quinn. He demands this.
Okay.
All right. Bobo.
Guys, I know good radio.
Huh? No, you can't go. You did this. Bobo.
Yeah.
You're on with Colin Quinn.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bobo. Hey, Colin. I'm doing fine, Colin. Are you ever going to release Unconstitutional on DVD?
Well, that's a good question. I'm actually I'll look into that at some point, but not at the moment.
Yeah, that's how I got to see A Long Story Short, because it was on TV.
Yeah. I didn't know you had HBO. Or did you watch it on YouTube?
Not HBO.
Wow.
Oh, boy, I think you watched it for free on YouTube. What about? I don't know. First of all, today is a little more like fall, but I felt like yesterday was looking back into summer in some ways, weather-wise. I mean.
Yeah, it's like that, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. I'm actually plugging it. Unfortunately, my camera got damaged, so I don't have the camera anymore. But
how'd that happen?
I wish a bullet tore through it while you were taking a photo with it.
Well, I think everyone needs to know what happened to your camera, Bobo. This is breaking news.
No, it just happened. It just fell. It just broke when I fell.
Bobo, what's that noise?
What is that noise?
That's the noise of every listener.
No, it's the dog just running. Every time there's a freaking doorbell.
Which dog is that?
Both of them.
What are their names?
You got to control your people, Bobo. When you have this big spot on a great radio show, you should make sure all your people know that it's not time to ring the doorbell.
Hold on, Mom. Get the door.
How many countries?
Those dogs are demons.
They are.
Those dogs are frightening me. Pipe down.
How many countries does the show go to?
Way too many, Sam. We decided
That's great.
today
He yells at his dogs like fucking Vic Tayback.
Right.
You got to stick the barking at traffic pickers.
Your dogs are shitty. What are their names? These dogs?
Rosie and Mr. Maloonigan.
Oh, Mr. Maloonigan. What type of dog is Mr. Maloonigan?
You already know he's a stoodle.
I don't know what he is. What is he?
Jim didn't hear.
You already know he's a poodle schnauzer mix.
Which is what?
A snoodle.
I laugh hard because you got to see Jimmy's face.
It's just terrible.
Jim's horrified.
I had more laughs last night watching the documentary.
I'm enjoying the Colin Quinn and Bobo phone show.
It's kind of nice. Yeah, there's some real chemistry here, guys.
I like hearing Colin and Bobo just kind of shoot the shit, talk about weather, cameras,
You know what?
whatever.
I think it's a pretty good idea, Sam Roberts. Bobo, you got anything else for Colin? Show off that chemistry you got.
Well, I also had the idea of a whole series of YouTube of me and Colin going places.
That's a great idea. Like community cars getting coffees only with me and you.
Yep, exactly.
Well, that sounds like a very original idea. That's terrific.
It's outside of the box, at least.
You know, I would watch that, though, because to see Bobo drive a car and try to fucking talk at the same time.
Can you imagine how great that web show would be? Bobo driving Colin Quinn around and talking to him.
Do you have a license?
Well, wouldn't be driving around. It's just at various places.
Bobo, do you have a license? It's a very good question.
Oh, I'm in the process of getting a license. I just got learner's permit.
Colin,
good.
you in a car with Bobo, I swear to God, I'll fucking lose my mind.
You know what's great about a learner's permit is Colin could be the licensed driver that Bobo has to be in the car with.
Bobo has to be driving.
Of course he does.
And conversing at the same time with the horrified Colin Quinn in the passenger seat.
No, I'm sorry.
It'd be at various places. Like, for example, let's say me and Colin were at a game, right?
Right.
I'm just gonna use an example as hockey game at a hockey game since that's probably going to be.
But if we go to a hockey, forget about a hockey game. Then we're stuck all the time. We can't be filming at the hockey game. People be throwing stuff at us and shit. Yeah.
Bobo, I'm starting to get a sneaking suspicion that you might just want to go to sporting games with Colin Quinn.
Sure.
No, it isn't just that. It's just, I think there's just there's some great ideas to film me in various places with Colin. As an example.
Oh.
What would be a great place for you and Colin to be filmed?
And maybe another good example could be like, let's say I'm at a barbecue at my house. Or
that's a good idea. Get those dogs out of there, though. I'm scared of the dogs.
Yeah, Colin's scared of the dogs there, Bobo. You might have to, put him down.
Are they going to ruin the barbecue?
The dogs don't bark. The dogs don't bite. They're nice dogs.
Would you put your dogs down if you had the opportunity to do a TV show with Colin Quinn? Because Colin's scared of the dogs.
Well, then the dogs wouldn't be around during the filming.
Yeah, but he would prefer if you euthanized them.
This is more like a Sophie's Choice type deal.
Right. It's either Colin or the fucking dogs.
I don't know if I could do that to my dogs.
Yeah, sort of said like it's a real question.
He's given it some thought.
He did. You've given that thought.
Because Bobo's show business first, always.
Sure. Usually he is, but, we might have found his fucking limit here.
What type of stuff would you and Colin be doing? I know you'd be at places, but what would you do?
Well, at the barbecue.
Just witty banter, or?
Well, the first episode is Colin Quinn at this horrible Bobo barbecue. So what could Colin expect at the barbecue, Bobo?
Well, there could.
Oh, you say it.
or me just. And then him actually eating something I actually cooked.
Oh, what do you cook?
Yeah, I actually grill.
Oh.
I actually grill, and no, it doesn't taste horrible. It tastes fine.
I like that Bobo answers that like, I know what you're all thinking, and
Right.
You knew where you guys were going.
Yeah, exactly.
But
He's one step ahead.
But he doesn't even say what he cooks.
No.
What do you cook on the barbecue?
Oh, I cook burgers, sausage, peppers, steaks.
That's good.
Fish kebabs.
I bet it doesn't taste good, though, huh, Bobo?
No.
It does taste good.
Oh.
All right.
I think it's giving Jim Norton a nice, kind of vision of a lovely Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Just what Jim wants. A couple of friends having a barbecue on the terrace out in Forest Hills or Regal Park. Where do you live, Bobo?
I live in Maspeth.
Oh, in Maspeth, even better.
Yeah. It's a wonderful place. It's a perfect place for Bobo.
Shooting locale.
Right. All right, Bobo, is this good? So now you won't bother us for a while? You won't tweet all day long and stay on the phone for hours?
Yeah, exactly. And anyway, you guys have a good day.
All right.
If you ever tweet me about picking up the phone, I'll block you forever.
What?
You hear that? Oh, he's gone. Colin, thank you, man. We needed that.
Thanks, guys. That was a real shot in the arm, I think, for fans all over. That's great radio.
Where were we at this weekend?
This weekend we're in Providence. Unconstitutional tours out.
Oh, nice. How's it going?
I don't know. It's just starting tomorrow night in Providence.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of funny, guys, because
Rhode Island's the one state that didn't show up for the convention.
Yeah, Rhode Island's got a lot of pecker suckers up there.
Oh, boy. He's chipping away.
Fuck yeah.
You're chipping away.
Me and you should do a car where we just fucking go out and get zooted and fucking tell jokes.
I'd like to see Bobo, and Chip in the car.
Fuck yeah.
That would be good.
We could play pranks on them, like fucking funny pranks.
What would you do?
Chip's funny prank.
Just fucking do stuff like go like we're driving really fast. Go, hey, could you get that thing outside? Then he opens the door and he falls out of the car or something. Breaks his back.
Just stop the car.
No, because I want to see him break his back.
Jesus. If it's Chip is just close enough that it kind of offends him on another level, the whole Bobo. The living with the mother, the whole thing. Chip probably has 2 dogs, too.
No, I don't.
No dogs, huh?
No, because they would bark and wake up Lamar. He would sleep late. He liked to sleep in. He always wore his socks to bed because he had very bad foot odor.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I had to rub Epsom salts on his feet. My mother would make me massage Lamar's feet because they were very callous.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
All right, guys.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, good luck with the tour, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
Colin Quinn in Providence tonight. Let's go see that, all right? All right, Colin.
See you, man.
And I am Colin Quinn on the great Twitter. Well, he's the great one that tweets on the Twitter. All right. What else we got? Do we have more live reads we got to get to, or are we good?
We have a couple, but we also have that clip.
No, I know what we got, but should we break here, or should we keep going?
We could take a short break here.
Because we got a lot of live reads, right? All right, short break, and then we're going to, finish up the radio show. We got a couple really good clips still to get to today. But first, this.
Opie and Anthony. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Sirius XM. This is After Opie and Anthony Live. Here's your host, Sam Roberts.
Here he is. And you know who's that? Everybody goes, oh my God, I love the music for After Opie and Anthony Live. Eric.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell the world who it is that does this song?
It's the gay fish, Kanye West.
He's not a gay fish, I don't think. But yes, it's Kanye West. That's what I'm talking about. And I don't know, I mean, we were talking about this today, and to me, as much as there's no doubt about it, he's completely narcissistic. He's out of touch with any sort of reality, but I think he got to a place where he's okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, he's sitting there and going, I choose not to be in touch with reality then. I choose instead to move on and just be me. Any person, and I hope that you've seen all the coverage that's been going on. You heard us talking about it earlier today. Jimmy Kimmel made fun of Kanye West's interview that he did where he said he was the biggest rock star on the planet right now. And, that's fairly arguable, I would say. But you can have that argument. There's not that many people doing things right now and doing new things right now that are more creative or better at it than Kanye West, especially being more influential than Kanye West. There just aren't that many people doing it.
It also doesn't come off very well when you're stating that you are the biggest on the planet. You have to let everyone else say that about you.
That's the problem. And I kind of get where he's coming from, because there's a thing with performers where you always have these moments of fuck everybody. I don't understand why anybody gets an opportunity except for me. Like I sit here and I scan the dial at Sirius XM, and there are moments, it's not how I live my lifestyle, because it would drive me fucking crazy if it were actually what was going on in my head 24/7. But there's certainly quite a few moments where I'm sitting there listening to the people that are on the radio and cursing that any of them exist and wondering how any of them could possibly be getting any sort of opportunity and how much better I am than them. I'm not going to mention names. I'm not. But what I'm saying is I have to be like, you know what? This is not the way I can possibly live my life. Because it's negative and toxic.
Well, you kind of go a little Kanye yourself.
At times, sure.
Because you keep announcing yourself as professional broadcaster.
That's my title. That's what I do for a living.
No, but people have to say that about you. It doesn't come
But they
off good
say it
when
about
you're-
me, too.
When you're pointing it out that you are.
I am a professional broadcaster, though. And I feel like I want people to be aware of that, so I'm going to tell them.
So you're in the same position that Kanye's in.
I wish I was in that position. If somebody would give me you know what? If somebody gave me millions of dollars to be a professional broadcaster, I probably wouldn't need to announce it to the world.
Exactly.
So I'm not exactly in the position. I'm in the position that Kanye West should be in to be acting like an asshole.
What opportunities is he not getting that he's so incredibly successful?
Like I'm actually being treated like an asshole. So when I act like an asshole, I feel like I can get away with it a little easier. Let me go to Travis in Kentucky.
What's going on, Sam Roberts? I want to praise you, sir.
Thank you.
For playing Kanye West is your music. I just bought tickets 5 fucking minutes ago to go see that sumbitch in Columbus because Kanye is brilliant. Personified, son. Thank you, sir.
See? Look at that. How could he be wrong when you got Travis in Kentucky saying such high praise for you? Now, I'm not defending Kanye West as likable. I would never go out there and say he's likable. I would never go out there and say he seems to conduct himself in a professional manner. But what I am saying is he thinks very highly of himself. And I think there's a lot of celebrities that think very highly of themselves. But somebody like, I don't know, like George Clooney probably thinks he's the fucking man. But he knows that he's got to sit there and be charming and smile and da-da-da, or people aren't going to like him, and he needs to be likable. Kanye West is taking one step beyond that and said, I consider myself to be amazing. So instead of being likable, I'm going to announce to the world that this is how I feel.
Is he bigger than Jesus?
I don't know right now. But isn't that what John Lennon said about the Beatles?
Yeah.
So then what the fuck is everybody on Kanye West case for? I feel like that's worse than naming your album Yeezus.
But they did get on John Lennon's case for saying that.
They should still be on it today. Still be on it today.
For that.
Snowy in Michigan.
Hey, how you doing, Samuel?
Good, buddy.
Well, you got Larry. Larry the trucker's always called you professional broadcaster, so maybe what you say is true. Maybe you are a professional broadcaster.
Larry doesn't lie. Larry's a man of God. Larry is somebody who knows everything there is to know about the Nazis. If Larry says it, I believe him.
Yes, but it's okay for Larry to say it. It's not okay for you to announce that.
Professional broadcaster is a job title, okay? If somebody works in the supermarket as a cashier, they can walk around and tell every single person they meet, I'm a cashier at a supermarket. Somebody says, Sam Roberts, what do you do for a living? You know what I'm going to tell them? I'm a professional broadcaster. That's what I do. Mark Zuckerberg, his business card says, I'm the CEO, bitch. Why? Because Justin Timberlake told him it was a good idea. I don't know. He's very easily influenced. But me, I'm not the CEO of anything, bitch. But I am a professional broadcaster.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
I think my biggest problem with Kanye West thing is calling himself a rock star. Now, hip-hop, pop, whatever you want to call yourself on top, that's fine. I don't consider Kanye West rock. Sorry.
I feel like the rock star Kanye is saying that hip-hop is the new rock. Like, who is a rock star then?
Well,
Dave Grohl?
I'm sorry. I'm being, being a, big fan of rock and roll and whatnot. I just don't, I think it gets, he's an a-hole, sure, but my biggest problem.
Who's on the hotline, Eric?
Finding out.
All right.
Yeah, no, I get it, but I think it's they're using that to say there's a new definition of rock star. It's not necessarily just somebody who sings rock and roll because nobody sings rock music anymore. Okay, I'm not saying anything bad about rock music. I saw Metallica on Saturday and it was fucking awesome. But rock star means something culturally too. We got a big celebrity on the phone.
Yeah, so anyway, he should get
Kenny.
off his high horse once in a while.
Kenny.
And maybe...
Oh, Jesus.
I so think that he sucked Kanye's dick, and I want to tell him about it.
Any black rapper, Jay-Z...
He really needs to get off these rappers' dicks.
Do they butt dial or do they know they're on the air?
Yeah, no, believe me. He'd be a cum guzzler the minute...
Hey, Kenny!
I think he would take it in his ass and his mouth.
Opie!
Rap guys.
Oh, believe me, he's a closet.
Do they know they're on the
player.
phone?
He's on the waiting
I think
list.
they're talking about you taking rapper dick.
I know what they're talking about, Eric.
You're right. And those hush puppies he wears with those skinny jeans.
They're not hush puppies. I don't wear skinny jeans. Kenny! Opie!
Which you can't be both, I don't think.
Can
You're
you
either
hear
a
me?
hipster or a cocksucker.
I know.
Nobody
I know.
said it was a
And I
gangster.
feel sorry for his spirit.
Kenny!
You know, she's a nice girl.
Oh, now they're talking about my wife. Eric, they're making this personal.
Eventually.
Yeah.
It's taking so long to get on the goddamn fucking radio.
I don't know. But half of the time, you know, the after show is supposed to be like a recap.
Don't worry what the after show is supposed to be. Hey, Kenny, Opie!
Not his own agenda for his own personal gain.
And this is where Kenny is a fucking idiot. We talked about this today on the show. I'm recapping and expanding.
Yeah.
Kenny! Opie!
He dresses fancy
God
now.
damn
He
it.
thinks he's a big shot.
And I can't hang up on him because it says Opie on the wall. It's his channel.
Talking about Kanye.
Just gonna have to write it out.
We're talking. I didn't see his fucking name on the fucking banner this morning when I walked in. Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Did he just call me a piece of shit?
He did.
Fuck.
He needs a wake-up call.
I absolutely fucking agree.
You know, and then you were nice enough to bring him to Metallica.
Right.
You know, he don't appreciate that.
I said thank you so many times, Eric. I tweeted about it.
Lope got upset that you made him stay the
He
whole time.
goes backstage, get this picture taken.
I didn't go backstage.
You know, and then...
Can you hear me?
I've seen him with all his head banging to every song.
Well, you know what the headbanging means, right?
What?
Fucking get those muscles strong. To suck the dick.
Oh, Jesus
It's
Christ.
probably
Opie!
residual effect of
Opie!
Making baby syndrome.
Right.
Opie!
It's so weird for a guy that doesn't like to eat a lot of shit. He loves eating cum.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Eric,
Yeah.
you know that's
Yeah.
not true, right?
He
That's what
probably
they're
likes
saying.
it chunky also.
These guys are fucking assholes.
Yeah.
That's even
Chunky.
I want to hang up on them, but I
Fucked up
can't
for him.
because it's their channel.
piece of shit.
How mad
Yeah.
would Tim Sabian be?
Taking our phone call.
I don't know.
You're on
That's
the
what he does.
air.
He puts you on hold. It was your fucking channel, and he keeps you on hold.
God damn it.
You're not on hold. You're on the air.
That's a great fucking point.
Yeah. You know, you call because you got something important to say that you forgot to tell all the fans, and this motherfucker just don't put you on the air.
That's not cool.
Really valid.
You're on the air.
The new boss is going to straighten everything out. Tim Sabian, when you meet with him next week.
What?
Yeah.
So anyway, whose turn is it? My turn or your turn?
I'll go this time.
All right. So he untip my fly.
I hear you.
They're sucking each other off? Hey. That's it?
I think they're in a bad signal area.
A weak signal area? They were about to suck each other off. See, I can't hang up on them because they're the bosses. Well, one of them is. Not Kenny. That's for sure. Doug. What a couple of assholes. Doug.
Yeah, Sam.
What's up?
Hey, man, you know, I think you're a bitch.
Okay, based on... I didn't say anyone was a bitch, but I think you're a bitch. Based on what?
Well, you know, you want to get on Zuckerberg and call him a bitch.
His business card says, I'm the CEO, comma, bitch.
Yeah. So what's up, man?
Okay, I'm going to hang up on you,
See,
I
Doug
think.
can say you're a bitch, but you can't say you're a bitch
Oh, is that
because
what
it
you were
comes off
talking
bad.
about?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Keith in Pennsylvania.
Yo, Sam, you know nothing about music, man. Do you play an instrument at all or anything like that? I don't give a fuck. You're 30 years old. I'm 37. I mean, these guys suck. What are you talking about? Put a digital background and rap over it? What the fuck? You don't know nothing, man. You got tattoos on your fucking arms and shit.
Is this Lars Ulrich?
What's that? Yeah, this is Lars, man. a fucking musician. You know nothing about it, man.
All right. We're getting weird callers today. Wait, I'm not saying that I know anything about being a musician, but I can make a judgment on contemporary pop music based on listening to it.
Contemporary? Kanye West is a genius. Come on, man.
I know. That's what I said. We're in agreement then.
You're smarter than that, Sam. I
see what the
listen to your
problem
show all
is.
the time. You're entertaining. You're smarter than that.
Okay, how is Kanye West not a genius, though?
Yeah, who gives a fuck about Kanye West?
A lot of people. He's a huge selling. I mean, Travis in Kentucky just bought tickets to his show.
can walk around and fucking, you know, like attitude and fucking bash paparazzi's fucking heads in. You know, who does he think he fucking is?
I think he thinks he's Kanye West. I mean, are you taking the entire genre of hip hop and a lot of pop music and just completely saying that doesn't count as music?
I grew up on Run DMC, Ice-T.
Run DMC.
Okay, well, I have to tell you something.
NWA, come on, don't try to
Run DMC and Ice-T are not exactly the most relevant musical artists anymore.
Well, you know what?
And
that's because there's not been relevant rap in a long, long time. I don't give a fuck about this motherfucker.
Hip hop is more relevant than it's ever been right now. It's one of the more popular forms of music.
Problem. Pick up an instrument and go out there and play in a band and see how it is, or I don't know, overproduce it.
I hate to tell you this, but rock music is less relevant today than it's ever been.
Yeah,
I hate to be the one to let you know that.
That's the problem, Sam.
All right, well, we're talking about what people are listening to right now, what I'm listening to. I'm not saying that Kanye West plays better guitar than Kirk Hammett. I'm saying Kanye West is somebody who has redefined. He's redefined a musical genre.
Sam, there's nothing involved.
Kanye West.
There's nothing involved, man.
You just said you were raised on Run DMC. Run DMC were doing a lot less than any rappers are doing now. Well, than most rappers are doing now. Furthermore, Kanye redefined the genre. Like, whether you like or don't like the genre is fine. Like, you don't have to like him, but the fact of the matter is that it's a ridiculously popular genre that he redefined.
Well, stop calling people a genius, man. Man, somebody better knock you out and wake up, man.
All right, well, I hope nobody knocks me out for saying Kanye West is a genius, but I think I can defend the argument pretty well. I didn't say he was likable, and I'm certainly not telling you that he's always right when he talks, but I'm telling you that he took a musical genre that is extremely relevant and completely redefined it.
Oh, my God, Sam, come on.
This is what I have to answer to. This is the argument on the other side. Oh, my God, come on.
I question your white zombie and whatever, white Christ tattoos, but at least that's something. Come on. Yeah, I don't know.
You understand what I'm saying, don't you, Sal?
Well, I just wanted to talk to this guy really quick.
Come on! Now Sal wants to talk to me. Sal wants to say he wants to talk to me. Oh, my God. Come on!
Because I used to be kind of like him where it was like, you know, rap is irrelevant. When I was like maybe like 9 or 10, I just didn't get it. I was really into more of, you know, music, rock.
Sure.
And
by the way, I don't mind people not liking rap or hip hop or whatever, and I don't mind people liking rock. Like, I understand that people have different tastes, and I understand that they're two extremely different things. Like, there's not that many people who like both, but you can't honestly just discount one,
right,
or the other,
right. And it's something to understand that. Because I hang out with a lot of musicians, and I hear people like this guy a lot, and they're always like, well, rap doesn't have a talent, or it doesn't have the same integrity of playing an instrument.
And you're a musician, right, Sal?
I'm a musician. So when I hear an idiot
you
like
play
this,
an instrument, man.
Yeah,
what instrument do you play?
Fuck you, Sam.
Let me explain.
I'm not saying rap is irrelevant, but you're calling this dude a genius and that he can walk around and say whatever the fuck he wants to say, and it's all right.
Dude, anybody can say whatever the fuck they want to say. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say, and I'm no genius. E-Rock can say whatever the fuck he wants to say, and he's borderline. You know what I mean?
No, Eric is the genius.
Come on, leave him alone, man.
You're right. I didn't mean that, Eric. I meant borderline genius.
I'm the genius of me.
I'm just saying, Sam.
It's a big boy statement, right there.
Come on. Promote somebody else.
No, but hold on. Getting back to what you're saying about how if you don't play an instrument or whatever, just like any rock band, there's someone who will only write lyrics in the band. That's a creative endeavor. And,
absolutely.
And you have to respect that regardless of what it is. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
Another very important thing is you have to respect the correlation between artist and audience. There are very few people who only produce music solely for themselves. But this guy goes out there, says what he wants to say.
You're talking about Kanye West.
So yeah, Kanye West or any rapper. They put themselves out there, and people fucking love it. It's a direct correlation between artist and performer.
And you have to give a guy a certain amount of respect who can be the biggest dick in the universe. Like, there's no bigger asshole than Kanye West, and just go on TV and just say shit that makes you sound like a cocksucker and makes you sound like a douchebag, and still sell out arenas in record time. And arenas.
The 13-year-old girls.
Regardless, dude, people are buying his shit though.
And it's not 13-year-old girls, but yeah.
Who the fuck gives a shit about Axl Rose like those dudes anymore? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to tell you.
What I'm saying, but
what is the actual difference at the end of the day between Axl Rose and Kanye West, musically speaking?
I'll tell you what the
Mr.
difference
Musician.
is. Kanye West has done a shitload more.
Right. And they both write lyrics and they both sing or rap.
But we went in on Monday. I was on the air on Monday. I was on the air talking about the Metallica show, and it was probably the best show I've ever been to, and how unbelievable it was. But I'm not sitting here and being biased one way or the other.
Well, take your after show on Monday and talk about how brilliant James Hetfield is.
I did.
Man. No, you did not all freaking day long. all freaking morning.
Sam, you only did it for 15 minutes. I wanted you to do it for 50.
Well, James Hetfield, Metallica. Everybody in that group they're all geniuses, and there's very few musicians that are as talented as the young men in Metallica are. But we're not talking about Metallica today.
I don't know. This is all I'm saying. I hope Kim trips and falls and right on Kanye, and man,
hilarious.
This guy's just a fucking idiot.
He's a fucking moron.
I've heard that musician talk all the time where you can't respect rap for.
Well, it's just a lot of people are kind of, they hear something new and they become very closed off to it, and that's why I don't care if people saying no, I don't like that, or even if they say it sucks, it's like, oh, okay, you don't like it, but when they're like, no, this is not music. There is no talent involved in this. It's, okay, well, you just have decided to close yourself off to anything new. I'm sorry, but you might as well die now because you're not evolving as a person anymore.
You're not leaving your mind open to
even
anything.
Norton. Okay, Norton, he loves 70s metal. He loves Black Sabbath and Kiss and stuff. But this motherfucker will come in and be like, I'm obsessed with this new Katy Perry song. Yeah. I'm obsessed with this new Lady Gaga song. And you're like, holy shit. He's open to the worst bubblegum pop music imaginable, and he's into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. To appreciate one type of art, you have to appreciate all art. You
at least acknowledge it.
At least acknowledge it.
Yeah,
and
appreciate that it is art.
Yeah, and being a musician, you can listen to any music and become inspired from it, whether it be I love this or this is not what I want to do.
And I'm saying there's a world of difference between Kanye West and another rapper that we featured on the after show not that long ago, Trinidad James, walking around with a gold shopping cart. It's a different deal.
Same boat, different deal. Yeah.
All right, let me talk to Lady Trucker. Why not? What's up, Lady Trucker?
Hey, Sam. Well, as your broad listening to you, I just want to confirm that you professionally are casting to me all the time, and I really appreciate your professionalism.
You hear that, Eric? This is a broad I'm casting, too.
Again, she's allowed to say that. You're not.
That's not true. Daniel, are you calling me from Korea right now?
That is correct, Sammy Primetime Roberts. How are you?
I'm great now. That's fucking awesome. What time is it over there?
It's 11:30 at night.
Wow.
It's late as shit.
Wow. So what's going on?
I have a couple. Not much. I have a couple things. Last two callers, they sucked.
He's right, though. He is right.
I want to reiterate what E-Rock said at the start of the after show. Kanye is a gay fish. That being said, he puts out some dope albums.
Yeah, I mean, for a gay fish, he's really fucking good at what he does.
Like 808 Heartbreaks, whatever the fuck it was, came out when I was in Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking first hated that album. And then, after 4 months, that shit was all I was playing on my iPod.
And without that album, 808s and Heartbreaks was the album that Kanye West did when it was full of auto-tune, and it was, mostly singing instead of rapping. And it was really weird at first. And most people were like, Daniel. And the first time I listened to it, I was like, what is this? I'm looking for what I heard last time. But you gave it a few listens. People, fell in love with that album. And now there's a whole subgenre of hip-hop that is all, Drake and Childish Gambino and people like that, all came from this album that Kanye West did that nobody was really doing.
Yeah, I fully agree, Sam. Good stuff. Hey, good job on O&A, the after show, everything like that. This Sunday, 4 o'clock, Sam Roberts Show. Sam Roberts Show online listening audience. That's all I've got, Sam.
Fucking A. Thanks, Daniel.
Do you think Kanye,
Well, I did want to say real quick, we'll get back to Kanye in 30 seconds. but he was talking about the Sam Roberts show that's this Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern on this channel. You know who my guests are this week? It's Ladies' Night on the Sam Roberts show.
I know one of them.
Lizzie Kaplan and Misha Barton. Both on the Sam Roberts show this week.
That's a big show.
Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern on this channel, the Opie and Anthony channel. Lizzie Kaplan, of course, Mean Girls, Cloverfield, Party Down. Now she's in this new show, Masters of Sex. She was on True Blood. And Misha Barton, everybody's favorite, Hollywood tragic, fall apart chick from the OC. How are you going to go wrong? But what were you going to, and he mentioned the Sam Roberts show listening audience. Go to youtube.com/notsam. I just posted a video called the Sam Roberts show online. So if you don't know what he's talking about, check it out. Go ahead, E-Rock.
Kanye's saying, he feels like all these opportunities he's not getting. But if he's pioneering a lot of the new trends in hip-hop, and then other people like Drake and Childish Gambino are using those trends and becoming successful, do you think he's putting out all this stuff, but he thinks he's not as successful as he should be because other people are getting successful off his stuff?
I think that's part of it. I think Kanye West...
Is he the anvil of hip-hop?
He will never be satisfied in the sense that no matter how much praise he gets for his work, it should always be more. In his mind, he'll never get as much praise as he should get. And there will never be enough people saying, Kanye West influenced that guy. Kanye West influenced this guy. I don't think Kanye West minds people getting famous when their music...
So he's not saying, I did that shit 2 years ago, and now Drake's huge now with this new album,
but
and stuff I already did.
In my opinion, he is saying, I want everybody to acknowledge that. Like, let Drake have his shine, but I want everybody to acknowledge that I did that. And he's saying that out loud.
So he's not getting enough people kissing his ass.
He wants everybody in the world kissing his ass.
And they're not doing that, so he feels slighted.
Well, how could everybody in the world kiss his ass? And yeah, that's what it is. He feels slighted because every single person on this earth is not kissing his ass.
Do you think older hip-hop legends look at him as, like, he's a talented guy, he knows what he's doing, but as a person, he's just a buffoon?
I think some of it some of the people are going, yeah, shit talk always works in hip-hop. Kanye West knows what he's doing. And then other people are like, somebody tell this little idiot to shut the fuck up. I think there's definitely both sides of the coin. But, yeah, I mean, look, he sounds like a fucking asshole. He's a dickhead. But I have a certain amount of respect for somebody who doesn't hide their dickheadness. You know what I mean? If you have all this dickheadness in you and you don't mind people finding out about it, at some point I tip my hat to you.
Do you think at some point he would realize he can say what he wants to say but find better ways to do it so he doesn't come off looking like an asshole?
But that's what I like so much. Of course there's better ways to be saying the stuff he's saying.
No, I'm saying, do you think it ever dawns on him? Because he seems completely unfiltered and will just shoot off at the mouth. On being very emotional and just opening up and saying it right away. But do you think he actually reflects on some of this stuff and goes, I could have said that better?
On some level, he's got to know, but he has to. As a functioning human being, on some level, he's got to know. But I think he's just in this not giving a fuckness to a degree that we've never seen before. Like, he has such a disdain for everybody, for his audience. I'm sure he has a disdain for his audience. He has a disdain for anybody, for other rappers. He has a disdain for journalists. He has such a disdain for everybody around him that it just doesn't dawn on him. He finds himself to be so much better than everybody that's around him that it doesn't dawn on him to improve. And while I can't say that it's a good thing to walk around thinking you're that much better than everybody, if you truly do, if you truly think that you're that much better than everybody, I have a degree of respect for the idea that you will walk around with that mentality.
There are a lot of artists in whatever field of art that do that have their head up their ass or feel that they're so much better and more advanced and more cultured and far beyond regular people.
Yeah.
But that doesn't help business.
No, it doesn't help business. And I've never seen a head this far up somebody's ass in my life. I think this may be the farthest. Guinness has to be contacted because I think it may be the farthest any head has gone up the ass attached to it ever. And I think the real credit to Kanye West, like I said, is that people still buy tickets and listen to his albums and use his songs for their after show intros and everything because they're like, regardless of how far. I mean, he is like, so his head is so far up the ass, up his own ass, his armpits are up there. Like he's trying to squeeze in his entire arms. And even though he's that far up there, he's still getting played and his career remains one of the best careers in music right now, financially.
Yeah. Now, one more thing on Kanye here. He's been around for a while. He's done very well, and he's continuing to do well. The second that something kind of drops and he's not that relevant anymore, even though he's putting out good work and the public will just move on, you think he will fall hard?
I think he will fall really hard. I think it'll be full-on self-destruction mode. I mean, you saw Axl Rose. He ended up fatting with cornrows just in some weird corner of the world. Yeah, I think it's going to be ugly if and when Kanye West loses relevancy, but who knows when that's going to happen? You look at a guy like Jay-Z, and he's still performing for 15-year-olds, and the guy's like 43 years old.
But people don't necessarily... The public perception of Jay-Z is they don't really hate him.
True.
They don't find him obnoxious.
That's true.
They think he's a good businessman. He's one of the best rappers ever. And he seems like a guy that everybody wants to know and hang out with.
People are waiting for Kanye West to fail.
Yeah, exactly. Like everyone has to do business with him. He'll be on every talk show. Right. He'll be on every kind of music project. They'll use his songs in movies and all that stuff because it's relevant. But the second that it drops and the public goes, I don't care how good his shit is, we're done with him.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be done with him, and then he'll keep trying to come out and say stuff, but nobody will do anything.
And fingers are crossed every time he drops an album that it's going to be horrible. But every time those fingers uncrossed, they reach into their pockets and they pull money out and they buy it. Woody in Alabama.
Hey, Sam, super duper.
What's up? See, Eric, I'm super duper. What's up, Woody?
He can say that, you can't.
I don't know.
I think the big problem with him is a couple things like. He came, like his parents pretty much gave him what he is in a lot of ways. Now, I'm not shorting his ingenuity or his marketing skills or anything like that.
Right.
But I think that's one of the reasons that people resent him.
Mm-hmm.
And two, it's one thing like Muhammad Ali stood back and said, I'm the greatest.
Right.
And then, he'd throw a right cross and lead with it and just prove that he was. Whereas Kanye goes, I'm the greatest, get you to hell, please, I'm the greatest.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's a great example, Woody, of how you say something. Like Muhammad Ali was like, he was cool about it, and he rhymed, and he was always coming up with some good insults, and he was like, he made you like him somehow. And there were a lot of people that didn't like him. Joe Frazier hated that dude. But for the most part, people liked him. I mean, they didn't like him when he wouldn't go to Vietnam, but there is a difference between the way you say something. Muhammad Ali did lose a lot of people at points because of the things he was saying and doing, but because he said things in a certain way, he was able to maintain a lot more people than Kanye West is when he says things and it sounds more like whining than it does rhyming, because I'm the greatest, baby.
People didn't like him politically, but they liked him personally.
Yeah, they were like, there's something charming about that guy.
Nobody thinks Kanye is charming.
Nobody's ever said that, have they?
And that's the difference between him and Jay-Z is,
yeah.
All
right, thanks, Woody.
Even if Jay-Z
knows him.
Yeah.
Even if Jay-Z, if people who do know him, even if he's not that great a person, it's how he comes off in his perception that the public goes like, I want to hang out with that guy.
Right, and he says he's the greatest all the time. He talks about how rich he is constantly. But he does it in his songs. He doesn't do it so much in interviews. Maximum in Idaho?
Hey, Sammy.
What's up, buddy?
I will agree that Kanye West is art, per se, but it's equivalent to smearing shit in the shape of Mother Teresa.
Or Piss Christ.
Okay, I mean, I can't argue that. People, do you think Mother Teresa was indeed art?
Well, people bought tickets to come see it, and it was shown as art.
You know what? People talked about it, right?
Yep, indeed.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
You think Kanye shows up on South Park next week?
No fucking way.
No?
No fucking way. He's still mad about that gay fish shit. He didn't like that. He doesn't like being called a gay fish. He doesn't like being called any kind of fish. That's what he took the most offense with, the fish thing. He sat back saying, I'm no fish. Ron in Baltimore.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What's up?
Hey, I just want to say, yeah, you know what? I mean, I don't like rap at all, but I give Kanye his due. I mean, because just like Sal was saying, man, you know, there's a true artist there. And I was going to say, I think white people have issues a lot, not only his attitude, but I think what it is 90% of all rap nowadays is just crap. It's 3 or 4 music producers out there that make songs, beats, rhythms, and a rapper comes in and says, hey, man, I got some lyrics I want to throw down. Oh, well, look, here's 100 songs I've got out there, and they just rap to it. I mean, there's nothing to it. There's no talent. And I think what happens with Kanye West is, I mean, I almost said
Kanye.
Kanye, Kanye West. The thing is with him is that every album is different. Every album is unique. So you know he's producing it. He's doing the work.
Right.
He's throwing out that cutting edge. And you got to show him respect when the majority of rappers ain't doing no work and just getting paid. He's doing all the work.
He is. Thank you, man. And he's got a vision, and he's actually coming through with it. Hey, make sure we have that Denny thing that we did yesterday to end the show, okay? You know what I'm talking about?
We played that in the main show.
The Dickie Goodman thing?
Yeah.
What time?
Last hour before coming back from break.
All right, never mind then. Rich in New York.
Hey, what's up? How you doing, Sam?
Good, buddy.
Big fan. Listen, Kanye's problem is he wants to be that guy that everybody hates. He thrives on that. And then when people start thinking that, you know, he's an asshole for it and treat him like an asshole for it, then he wants to be whiny.
He's like a little kid who hasn't figured out the difference between positive and negative attention. Like he wants the attention, and he doesn't realize that negative attention comes with all these terrible repercussions of people hating you.
Right. Now, the sneaker thing, what happened was he wanted the Yeezy brand new. There's only two that came out, the Yeezy 1 and the Yeezy 2, and then the red ones that just came out. The problem with that was he designed them for Nike. You know, that everybody knows those are Kanye sneakers, but he wanted to be like Jordan, where the Yeezy brand was going to be the sport, the shorts, the T-shirts, and all that, and they were going to put him on the board of Nike like they did with Michael, and that didn't happen. So now he's, you know, that's why the whole sneaker thing didn't work out after the second pair.
Yeah, and but that's weird too, because it's like Kanye, like, give it a few pairs. More than 2 pairs of sneakers before you're in charge of Nike.
And they never did that for any musician. It's always whether it's right or wrong, it's just athletes that people will go out and spend that amount of money for shorts, T-shirts, sneakers like that. For a rock star or a rap star.
Right, because you want to get basketball shorts because you want to play basketball like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but if you're making your own sports clothing line and you don't play sports, people are like, why am I going to buy that?
Yeah, man. All right, thanks, Rich.
He just wanted that accolade that, you know, he was a big-time part of a big corporation. That's all it was.
Well, thanks, Rich. Yeah, you're right. And a lot of it is being impatient, and a lot of it's all narcissism, but a lot of it is being impatient. A lot of it is being irrational. But those are all traits that are negative but true. Like, those are all traits that I'm sure Eric has felt, I've felt, you at home have felt. And they're not, like, when you're sitting there at work, right? And you know that you're better than somebody who is in a higher position than you, and you're looking at him getting opportunities, and you know in your heart that you are better than him. It makes you mad, and it gives you this anger, and you just want to tell the world how much better you are than that person. That's a true emotion. That's something that you felt at everybody, but you don't vocalize it because people don't like to hear it, because you don't want it getting back to that guy, because whatever reason, it never makes you sound good. You can't go to a boss and say, listen, I'm better than this person, so why aren't I doing this? Trust me, I've tried it. It never works out.
It didn't help with your pay raise for a while.
Bosses don't like to hear it, right? And so that's what I'm saying, that Kanye has that emotion where he sees people that he feels he is much better than. And I'm not just talking about rappers. He thinks he's an inventor. He thinks he's an everything, okay? He thinks he's Pablo Picasso. So he's looking at people and seeing them get these accolades that he thinks he should be getting, and it's driving him nuts. And instead of being quiet about it, he's being public about it at the expense of being an asshole. But I respect the fact that he's being public about it because that's a thing that nobody does, but everybody feels.
But this isn't the first time he's done this, right?
No, he does it all the time.
Now, if this was the initial time, people would make a.
Oh, go ahead. People would make
this is a big deal out of it. But I think he would have gotten a pass for it because this is the first time he did it.
Right. Yeah. No. This is by far not the first time he did it. This is all he ever does. Who's that on the phone?
I don't know. Just pick it up.
Oh. Roland.
I just want to say Eric's the boss.
Okay. Roland, you can come to the studio if you have something to say.
You have 10 minutes. You want to do the read right now or no?
Well, let me real quick go to Jordan in North Carolina.
Samuel Roberts.
What's up, buddy?
Broadcaster. How are you, sir?
Good, buddy.
Good. Okay, so I don't know a whole lot about this new generation of rap music. I think the last album I bought was Atlians or ATLians,
okay.
as the kids would say.
Okay, it's a good album.
But I will say, from what I've listened to for the last 15 minutes, Kanye West is the Mr. Perfect of rap. He thinks he's the best at everything. He thinks he should be the champ, but he's not.
He's never going to win that world title, is he?
Correct. And the end of his career, he's going to end up joining the WCW and a country group.
And then dying,
It's going to get really weird, and he's going to die.
Yeah, I don't care how many. So you're saying you don't care how many times he walks into that studio, spits the gum out, and slaps it across the room. He's simply not world champion material.
Right, and that's a respectable thing because I still try to do that to this day, and it only works like 1 out of 6 times.
Yeah, I get it.
But
I
yeah,
get it.
that's my analogy. He is the Mr. Perfect of the rap game.
I like that, and
even though I know nothing about.
No, but it's a good analogy because you'll go back, and wrestling fans will be like, "Oh my God, Mr. Perfect was the shit."
Right.
But nobody's wondering why he wasn't the world champion, are they?
Exactly. We all know why he died an early death, which is what's going to happen to Kanye.
Okay.
Fortunately, not unfortunately. That's fortunate.
That's fortunate for you. You're that's a good thing. That's good news for you. Helps you get through the day.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Sammy.
All right. Thank you, Eric. I'm going to try something here.
All right.
I believe this is a person who's been banned from the show in the past, but I'm going to give him one more shot. I've wanted to block him on Twitter many times.
Oh, okay.
But I never have because I have a heart, because I'm a nice human being, and I have a soul.
So you can't say that.
Unless this is a different one that I don't know about. I believe this is Luke in Massachusetts.
Hey, Sammy, how you doing?
Tread lightly, Luke.
Oh, well, I just wanted to say, with this
Like Walter White said, Luke, if you're not sure who I am, then maybe it's best that you tread lightly.
Are you the one that's knocking, Sam?
Oh, yeah.
I'm amazed that you got through that show so fast.
I'm a professional broadcaster.
You can't say that.
Well, I just wanted to say, in a way, you're sort of like Kanye. Because
Genius, you mean?
Huh?
Genius?
Black.
No, is it a black thing?
No.
Go on.
Because you started this after show,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden, over the past, year and a half or so, I've seen a lot of other after shows pop up all over the place on TV.
Oh, yeah.
All this, and it's almost like you started this movement and you're not getting any credit for it. And I got to say, that kind of does suck, Sam.
That's right. Chris Hardwick. I know who you got the idea from.
Yeah, all those guys. And it's just extrapolated now where it's almost like the after shows are getting buried. You know what I mean? But you're the original, man. I got to say, you are the original. And in a way, you're kind of an asshole.
Okay, I'll accept that, Luke. I don't mind that. That is Luke.
Backhanded compliment.
All right, I'm going to take that as your first call back, and I will lift the ban.
Thank you so much, Sam.
Okay,
you're very nice.
But tread lightly.
I will.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Later.
All right. Now, we talked about other artists and stuff like that, and they want to know why you're giving Kanye West all this credit. Well, I got to tell you, Zakk Wylde is also a hell of an artist. This is a guy who has his career in metal is unparalleled. And I don't know if you've heard about Unblackened, but it's the new live performance DVD from Zakk Wylde's Black Label Society. It gives fans the chance to see this band like never before. They recorded it earlier this year in high definition. They did it at Club Nokia in Los Angeles, and it showcases the band's songs in a much more intimate setting without losing any of their power or intensity that fans have come to expect from Black Label Society. legendary guitarist Zakk Wylde performs on both guitar and piano, demonstrating the subtler side of 17 of Black Label Society's classics, including Stillborn, In This River, Losing Your Mind, a whole bunch more. Wylde has proven time and time again that his songwriting, guitar prowess, and onstage persona, along with his larger-than-life personality, have made him a force to be reckoned with. In addition to the concert, Unblackened is rich in bonus material. A new interview with Zakk, photo gallery, music video for Losing Your Mind, and a feature with Zakk Wylde visiting HM Prison Stockton in the United Kingdom. All included. Unblackened. It's available now on Blu-ray, DVD, 2 CD, and digitally. And I'll tell you, Zakk Wylde has managed to do all this without coming across like an asshole. Vinny in Staten Island.
Sam, when you say someone in power is, maybe you're better than that person, are you talking about your relationship with Fez and how you really are a driving force, not only on Opie and Anthony, the after show, but also Ron and Fez? Is that what you're talking about, buddy?
Vinny, I said I wouldn't mention any names. Come on. Be classy about this. David in Washington.
Hey, man. So at the time I tuned in, you guys were talking about, does he know that he sounds like an asshole? Does he ever think? I had no idea who you were talking about. It took about 5 minutes before it got around to
Kanye
and Kanye West, but I could have swore you guys were talking about Anthony.
Anthony does not sound like an asshole.
Well, so let me just put it this way: as a black guy, he paints a lot of black folks with some pretty broad strokes. And another thing is, he was politically neutral like everyone else on the show up until the point that a black guy got elected, and then he took that hard turn to the right.
I don't know. I mean, he was. I wouldn't say he was neutral because he campaigned pretty hard against Obama from the beginning. But
well, once it became clear that a black guy could get in, is what I'm saying.
Did you not listen when Hurricane Katrina happened, sir?
Go ahead, David.
I might have missed it. Sam, you want to hear a real fucking rap song? All this Kanye bullshit,
right.
Jay-Z also sucks. Here's what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Get on YouTube, type in Scarface, Overnight, real fucking rap song.
All right, man, I'll check it out. And David, I appreciate you still listening to the show, although sometimes Anthony's rants are disagreeable to you.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later. And yeah, I don't agree with every single thing politically that Ant says, but everybody's allowed to have their opinion. Joey and Milwaukee.
Hey, how you doing? I've been listening since day one, and before the show premiered, I heard, and it sounded like it was going to be something like the wrap-up show for Howard Stern, but it turned into something different. Do you think a better name for the after show would be Behind the Scenes at Opie and Anthony Live?
I think, Joey, it's a great question. I'm going to march down to Tim's office and see if we can change the name of this show from After Opie and Anthony Live to Professional Broadcasting with Sam Roberts.
You can't call
I think that that's a good name for the show. Professional Broadcasting with Sam Roberts. Nevertheless, Ron and Fez are coming up next. So we're going to hightail it out of here. We will see you on Monday. Don't forget, the Sam Roberts Show is on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern on this Opie and Anthony channel. Misha Barton and Lizzie Kaplan in studio. It's going to be great. Until then, goodbye.